We've been doing this for a little while, man. But now that last game we spanked them 4-0, son. I know I scored. You scored. I know Skips. I was about to say Scam. Sam scored on some slick ass fumble shit, cause the whole crowd was over one motherfucker. Then this nigga Sam is all the way at the other end zone, yo, I got the fucking rock, son.
So what you're saying is that your football dominance was clearly evident on the playground, basically, when niggas tried to test y'all.
Well, I mean,
the boys. Basically,
the
right?
competition was it was cap, full cap, but I mean, look, they I guess they pulled a Hollywood Hogan, and I guess we were we were Goldberg.
No taser.
Oh no, definitely with the taser and the fucking jackknife, son. No, jackknife and jackhammer.
It definitely was a fair fight.
Yeah, it was, it was a 4-on-4, but it was really a 3-on-7.
They were overwhelmed, to say the least.
I mean, but they called that shit upon themselves because all they had to do was just let that first game with the book bag go, but they didn't.
Nah, they forever talk shit.
No, and that's when I had to acquire the services of one B Scrams. Way before he was B Scrams.
Way before.
Back then he was just Afro Rob. The rest of the team was incapacitated at the time, and the brother man had to he had to fulfill a couple of destinies, and even though they had gotten
settle a couple of grudges, that's really what it was like.
I can't even call it a grudge, because a grudge has to be an equal matchup.
Nah, you wanted to put the boots to them, so.
Oh, no.
Y'all didn't have to take the run back. Y'all didn't have to do the run back.
I did. I just didn't know it'd be that easy to do it. And when I realized that, it was kind of no fun.
Exactly. It only became fun when the whole team was there, son. Because then it was like, all right, at least we all looking good. And,
yeah, we can take turns.
And we could. And once again, I guess that was the ending of it. When they finally got the full Voltron, the full force, they saw what it was. They got shut out. One of them niggas, his girl was all on me.
Beautiful.
Men want to be you, women want to be with you.
I mean, look, styling
profiling.
Nah, we can't say that. We cannot. No.
Oh yeah, we might get in trouble. Niggas is mad at Rick right now.
No, we can't do that. We cannot do that right now, baby. No.
We need some other Clyde rhyme for that. What?
No, we dishing and swishing, baby.
Dishing and swishing. I was gonna say bounding and astounding, but
bounding and astounding. We Clyde and riding.
Kiss the girls and make them cry. he was telling you what it was about.
I mean,
people listen to him.
That's what we like to do over in these parts.
Exactly, and so an excellent segue right here. Here we are once again, the Triple P, out here in the slums of East Williamsburg.
Yes, sir.
You know what it is.
Yes, sir.
Around the corner from the H4.
From the H4.
Damn.
Down the street from Ridgewood. Know what I'm saying? Queens and shit.
Not quite Queens, but damn.
Yeah, this is a weird sector.
I mean, we're about 15 minutes away from Queens.
I could literally walk into Queens right now if I wanted to.
I feel like we need to start a documentary where we backtrack and find the whereabouts of the niggas who owned that Chinese restaurant. Because the H4 is out there somewhere. It's just not in our lives, and
no, it's
very concerning.
It's back home in some province in China,
and that's what's gonna make the search even more. You know what I mean?
Nah. Look, wherever that last fucking Blockbuster is, that shit is right. It's in the same mini
next
mart.
door.
It's in the same mini mart.
Cause ain't no way they just up and left and just the H4 just.
That's definitely Oregon, by the way.
Yeah. It is.
So whenever y'all ready. Triple P's from Oregon. Oregon.
For viewers and listeners, I should say, more than viewers, who are confused as to what the H4 is, you haven't lived until you had, what was it, 2 crab rangoon, your choice of egg roll or spring roll,
egg roll,
2 chicken wings.
I think what was the beef on the stick?
Yeah, the little like it was like the satay, like the Thai food type of satay.
And wasn't like I think like 2 spare ribs
and 2 spare ribs, and then something else I can't think.
Some
of
rice
right
of some sort.
Yeah, you can choose. Like there was other stuff. You could customize it.
Point is, the H4 has resonated in dudes' lives for about what, 7 years now? No, 8 years now.
Yeah, maybe longer, because that was so
at least,
long.
At least 2012.
That was so long ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a big hole in our souls because of that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that girl that we all had a crush on. She's probably like a mother now and like successful.
She like Shorty from Rush Hour or something.
Exactly, she's out here getting it. So yes, the Triple P is returned. We have the esteemed son, the original Avenger, if you will, of the podcast. We buried him out the ice in our now infamous lost episodes that we will now never put up because I was stupid and I didn't save them somewhere.
Well, that so, the various technical difficulties.
Yeah, it was rough. I'm very mad at myself for not somehow preserving those, but
it happens, man.
It's cool. We live
in the technology.
No, we live in the present now. Now is now. We're out here. Niggas have real technology. We got audio interfaces and all that.
You know what I'm saying? We have.
I actually do some actual editing once in a while, if you can believe it.
Yes, man. It's a group. It's a community effort.
There's some level of professionalism. Very little, but some.
Point is, we have the #1 Laker, the #1, dare I say, Patriot.
This is still Pats for life.
For now.
See, that's real loyalty. You know, this is a thing when we were talking about in our production meeting yesterday. Sports loyalty, man. Like, we're so fickle. We can be so fickle as fans, and to see you support teams that are like on these weird like swings. Like,
I mean, you're not a fan unless the pain and agony is there.
All I'm saying is hard for me to be a Pacer fan right now. That's all I'm saying.
Well, you chose that.
I did. I accept it. Like, it's rough though.
And you still haven't seen the Malice in the Palace.
Yeah, I'm wrong for that.
Considering
I saw that game live, like I'm wrong for that.
I think we all did.
I remember seeing it.
We all did. That was a very crucial Friday fucking night.
So I was playing Halo.
At the same time, like as you were watching that game, like
what, Halo 2?
No, I think it was the first one.
It had to be Halo 1. No,
it was the first one because we had it going on. What happened was no, we had it in the living room. We played
Halo 1 was 2001.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, it might be Halo 2 now.
No, we was playing the first one though. I think we might have been playing both because we had 2 Xboxes in the living room.
Look, I just know Halo 2 came out.
It was out.
It was because I got my Xbox in I think 03. So yeah, I got Halo 2. Halo 2 and well, I got several games, but we'll get into that later.
Nah, it was out, but I remember it being the first one because I remember a lot of, what was it? Is it Sidewinder? The board with the snow.
Yeah.
And you get up there. I always remember there's the rocket launcher and the sniper up there.
Rocket launcher.
Boy, I be right there babysitting the portal. First one I walk through this game.
I definitely know Halo 1 was definitely dude's freshman year in high school.
Yeah.
And you know, we a couple of days away from it, but you know, I remember that mostly because of September 11th too, man.
Yeah, I vividly remember that too.
Mostly because I didn't have a fucking Xbox or P2. I think I was still 64 gang.
Okay.
At that time, later on that year, I got the P2. Shit was whack because P2 burnt out. Definitely right in the middle of me playing fucking GTA 3, but
that's whackness. That's whack.
We won't discuss that.
That's whack.
So, you're the father of the year?
Fan of the year.
Scrams?
Do you have a Patriots jersey?
I don't own any.
Alright, but if you were to cop one tomorrow, which one would it be?
It would probably
Wilford
be
jersey.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I was about to ask that question. Does the jersey have to be any Patriot?
Any Patriot.
Yes, you're a Patriots fan.
Any Patriot.
Ben
all
Coates?
time?
Any Patriot that means something to you that you would be willing to wear the jersey for.
You know what?
Kevin Falk?
I'm about to say to swag it out, I might get the Curtis Martin throwback.
Nah, because you know why? That doesn't count.
Wow.
Curtis Martin,
He won the Super Bowl with us.
He did, but he's known as more of a Jet.
You can't take away his 3 years.
Also, I'm surprised you didn't say Randy Moss immediately.
No. You know why?
Curtis Martin is a Jet.
You know why? I say this because what made me a Patriots fan actually in the first place, the very first time I paid the Patriots attention was the Super Bowl then versus the Packers. Their jerseys. So I like the old style. Yeah, I like the style that had the New England Patriot on the shoulder versus what they switched over for the Tom Brady era.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I would probably get like a Robert Edwards, Curtis Martin, Lloyd Malloy, Ty Law. Matter of fact, you know what? Fuck it. No. That's elite. Nah. I'm getting Terry Glenn.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I'm gonna get the Terry Glenn.
That's a fan jersey. Son.
And Laker jersey.
If I had to go to the Laker jersey outside the obvious of Kobe,
Nah.
It's gotta be some either Nick like some shit.
Eddie Jones probably.
Nah, you gotta get that.
Eddie,
Corey,
no.
No.
I always wanted the Dennis Rodman Laker jersey.
The 91.
The 73.
Oh, yes, sir.
He was 73 before this.
Nah, you gotta get that Elton Campbell.
Nah, boy. I get the John Barry before the Elton Campbell.
Word, shout out to John Barry.
Boy, the Horace Grant, son.
The Sasha Vujicic, son.
Not getting the Horace Grant.
The Smush Parker.
You know why I'm not getting the Horace Grant? Because there are people who will see the Horace Grant and not think of Horace Grant and think of Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown came to the Lakers and
or Brian Grant.
No, because Brian Grant was what, 45, 44?
He was 40 something.
Yeah, these niggas was 54. So no way is nah, we ain't doing that. We ain't going.
Alright, so I mean, there's a couple you get. Son.
I mean,
the Shannon Brown. I mean, the Mark Madsen.
Never the Mark Madsen.
The Luke Walton.
No. I'll do the Sasha Vujicic.
The Kareem Rush.
Word, Kareem Rush.
You know what?
Devin George.
Yo, he was getting minutes. During that 3-peat, he was getting minutes on that roster.
All right, so wait. If you can get it for the low, would you get the Lamar Odom?
Yeah,
I get the Lamar Odom. I'm not even a Laker fan.
But see, I want the Lamar Odom Heat jersey.
I was about to say that. I would prefer
what I want is the Lamar Odom Maverick jersey.
Even over the Clippers jersey.
Yeah, even over the Clippers jersey.
I want the Lamar, the Heat.
He was looking swaggy with the Heat. I mean, they saw Shaq, so he had to include some piece. He had to be one of them.
Still may have been a mistake, but whatever.
Nah, I mean, I don't dispute that, but
they got the chip, but in the long-term booking,
he had to suffer, like heavy, like before he got.
And it's fucked up because, to my understanding, him and Pat Riley had a real good relationship. Lamar Odom and Pat Riley had a real good relationship.
So that means Lamar Odom would have been a Hall of Famer if he would have stayed on the Heat.
Probably, I think Pat Riley would have been the bug in his ear to keep him away from
him and Udonis, man.
And D Wade and Lamar Odom.
Yeah, Mans went to the Mavericks and then smoked crack shortly thereafter. Like, and it's not, and it's more complicated than that. But
you know who I blame for that though.
No, they said
you know who I blame.
No. They said he got his crack habit from one of his uncles.
His
pops too.
Yeah, but it ballooned around that time because that's when the depression of being
he was stressed and he was stressed out. He wasn't playing basketball.
But look, that and not to mention
his best friend Rob Kardashian wasn't shit. So you were around a nigga who ain't shit.
He became his best friend. But look, that family took away his real support system because they felt like they could be his support system.
And then ran him into the ground. He almost died.
Yeah, bro. And then they fronted on him. I mean,
kinda, sorta. She still fuck with him a little bit.
No. I'll give
so much so that Tristan Thompson was like, "Yo, don't talk to my fucking woman," even though this nigga cheated on her dumb times.
Well, I mean, Tristan, you got one chip.
I'll watch that fight.
You have a chip.
Lamar versus Tristan Thompson.
You ain't Lamar, bro.
Who is it? Who's doing it?
Tristan
could fight.
Oh yeah.
So
He has reason to fight, but bro, listen.
His whole career is relevant
Understand
because of
what it is.
LeBron. I'm just
He's a champion because of LeBron.
He's relevant because of LeBron. Because before LeBron came, we always were Kyrie. Tristan was only 3 picks after Kyrie,
Number
but
4.
nobody talked about Tristan.
Number 4.
Yeah, that's what my point.
And number 4 pick that they cheated. It was given some of the players that came after him, but
he still got the chip, and
he's still a champion.
And then he earned that chip.
Nah, he did, but at the same time,
especially the taking that dick kick from Draymond.
Well, there was a couple
and fighting Draymond, and you know.
For all that, Steven Adams should be a champion.
Word.
Tristan fucking Thompson.
But we're kind of still in the midst of these introductions. Once again, I am the bandit who is light-skinned and getting old. To my immediate right.
Getting too old for banditry, huh?
I never said that. Look, I'm not on my fucking Danny Glover shit. So. You know what I mean? I'm not, you know what I mean?
The best part is that the intros come at minute 16. It's just basically being an extended, like, let them know who you are, Scrams. Just freestyle, like always.
Oh, yeah. But once again, out to my immediate right. You know what I mean? If I stretch my right hand or right arm, I can stiff arm this nigga.
You touch the shoulder of a god, son.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Finally brewed in the slums of the Ville.
We were supposed to have this nigga like 3 episodes ago.
No.
I'm not mad.
33 episodes ago.
I'm not mad. You're here now. That's what matters.
Several episodes ago, but you know what I mean?
Several episodes
that's
ago.
Some Brownsville shit. We'll let that go.
That's fine. He's here now.
But, you know what I mean? We have the...
better late than never.
We have the myth. The legendary, the man who is the master of all high-level fuckery.
Original.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The master of the slick puns and the metric tons.
The man who was original before digital.
All day. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The man that may have created Atari before it was Atari.
Okay.
Brother Bobby Scrams.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, this is where you give the
this is where you really entertain them with them bars right now. So you know what I'm saying?
You gotta tell people something.
Tell them who you are, son. Tell them what you've been up to.
Well,
it's been a while since you've been here. What was that like? Fucking, I don't know, 4 episodes or more ago.
The Lake
Show at the end of the. It was Lake Show at the end of the world. That was the last episode you were on.
That was well.
That was
you know ago. What? That's about right because I think after that, pretty much a few weeks after that, that's when I ended up going to Jersey, and I've been in Jersey ever since. So yeah, that's about right. That's about right. I've been up to just living though. You know what I mean? Like you previously mentioned on the father tip, I'm modest, so I don't know about father of the year, but I've been doing everything I could to be, I guess, the best of it that I can. You know what I mean?
You are far too humble, my guy. Yes. You have 4 children.
Yes, 4 children and 3 that I'm constantly chasing behind. 3 people who have their own personality, own wants, own likes, own dislikes. Yeah, 3 people.
Well, because of that, we're glad to have you here. We know your time is quite precious, and we appreciate you very much. I'm just doing this now because I know at the end of the show, dudes is going to be, who knows what vortex we're going to be in by the time this show is over. So while we're still, revving up here, I just want to make sure everybody gets their shit off. You know what I'm saying? And they know who you are. And when I'm trying to find a hilarious thumbnail to this later, it'll all make sense.
Yes.
I mean, I have a few, but
you can always do the clickbait and just get some yeeks or something. Get the side boob. How about a side boob?
It would have to be like a relevant side boob. You know what I'm saying?
And an incredibly nice side boob.
Well, who out there fits the description of a pretty relevant side boob?
You're the expert.
You do that.
You're the consultant. We brought you in for your expertise on this episode. So in your side boob mastery, what would you say is is doing it for you for the clip, the thumbnail?
I mean, me personally, going off my bias, Rihanna's somebody who's side boob. I'm always down to see.
Respectable side boob.
Respectable side boob. To be honest, any side boob, I like my side boobs looking. Really.
Honorable mention to J-Lo.
Yes. I like to see luscious side boobs, nice plump side boobs. You know what I mean?
Honorable mention to Raji.
Yo, I was just thinking about her. Shout out to her too. I think she celebrated
Matter of fact, honorable mention to Ashanti.
Always room for Ashanti.
Have you seen her lately?
Ashanti, if you listening, baby, I still love you. But
I mean, fuck Cornell.
Also, thank you watching. Thank you for listening. Ashanti, millionaires and accomplished fucking musician. For wasting the precious hours of your life to listen to this podcast.
Saying Long Island's finest.
Exactly.
I love you since they was talking about the sideburns, baby. You fine with me.
The sideburns and the goatee.
And that eye that kind of straight off to the side.
Back when they was saying Ciara was a dude.
Damn, people are cruel, son. Like, I forgot about that.
I did.
Niggas is fucked up, son.
They said she was a hermaphrodite.
Niggas said she had a meat and then she got cut off. Son. That's fucked up.
Damn.
That's fucked up, son.
So yeah, dealer's choice basically. There's a bunch of shit to talk about that I wrote notes out for.
Well, listen, consider this episode just to be Target or Target, depending on where you're from.
Exactly. You know how you go into an aisle of Target and you're glad you saw a thing you needed, so you went down that aisle.
We're gonna give you quality products for the low.
We're just not gonna send you down the stationary aisle with all them Hallmark cards and shit. You know what I'm saying?
You may have to wait on a long ass line though.
It is Target.
Target.
Excuse me, Target. Reputed French company. So more than anything, I figured that we would talk about football, because we're in the young season now. It's happening. The football radiation is taking hold.
And we have a fan of a team that has some things going on right now that they haven't had since the brother man hit the eject button and excused himself to Tampa Bay.
Since we chased Tom Brady out of away from the franchise, essentially chased.
He's beautiful that you can admit that. But listen.
I don't agree with the decisions we've made, but
Belichick is Belichick though. You know what I'm saying? They beat a young, underdeveloped fucking Jet team the other day, excuse me. They got spanked out by a well-coached Dolphins team. I guess we can't start with the, how do you feel about the Cam situation?
Great place to start.
It was expected. What do you expect?
Would you have kept him though?
It depends if I felt like he was mature enough to really sit there and be the backup, and not become. As long as he was still productive and helpful to the development of the young, growing quarterback, then yeah. But if he's gonna sit there and be disgruntled, even, you know what I mean, sometimes you ain't gotta mention too much in the media, but you can tell when the chemistry's off within your locker. So if he was gonna throw that off, then yeah.
What do you feel like he would have though?
The fact that I'm not sure means he has to go.
Fair enough. I mean, honestly, it seemed like he was cool. I mean, first of all, bro, who the fuck doesn't want Cam as their fucking backup? Distractions included, son.
Yeah, but
I feel like that's also a flimsy excuse.
I know the Patriots,
for the talent level especially.
No, honestly, look, a lot of that shit came down to the COVID situation or the vaccine situation.
His stance that
because
he was on.
He did himself a disservice by going that route, especially on that team, which the Patriots are very conservative, but they have their way of being liberal too. But also
off cast, we were talking about how the rules are different for black athletes, especially elite ones, And there are a number of NFL players who are openly anti-vax, who are white, and they didn't suffer the same level of repercussion. And I understand that Cam has a bigger target because he's an elite player, but it's really
honestly most. Of
it's really funny that's the
most of those white players aren't Cams.
I understand that. So like, it's funny that we were talking about protocol, right? They were looking for the reason. That's what we talked about also off camera. About how when they want to fire you, they'll fire.
But the Patriots is the organization that mastered that, because if you pick Cam on any other roster than what you guys saying, I totally agree. But Bill Belichick and the Patriots organization is known for once niggas ain't serviceable no more, they quickly get the boot. You know what I mean?
That's not the case with him though. He's more than serviceable.
He's just been weird.
Which is
not. No. I'm gonna say this is the case with him because with their decision to put Mac Jones in, I don't see them looking back. Pardon me. With their decision to put Mac Jones in as the start, I don't see them looking back. So him sitting there on the sideline for what? He's just collecting a check. They gonna cut him.
No, because of the way Mac Jones played, that definitely is. That's the real reason why Cam isn't around. Because again, if you got the rookie QB who's getting busy, and again, if it's a tie, then you got to give it to the young dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So of course, but at the same time, it's not about who starts. It's about Cam still being on the squad. You know what I mean?
But what is his purpose? Is what I'm saying. He's
going
to be gone by next year, so why not let that go now? This is football. This is not basketball.
You signed him for one season, so again, why not just keep him for that one season?
Yeah, we often figure that, but it happens so many years after year.
Hey, do y'all think y'all winning the Super Bowl this year?
Hell no, we still got a long way, and that was with him or without.
All right, so that's my point. You might as well keep Cam around.
That's not how they work, though.
I know.
We've seen that.
But you know what? The way they've been working hasn't been winning, son, since...
It has.
What we asked you is, would you...
But I had kept Cam.
Not what they did. Because we know what they did.
No, I wouldn't have kept Cam neither.
Why?
Me personally, I would never kept Cam because I would have known that I'm going with Mac Jones. He's the future. I would ever see me going back. To be fair to you, and I know you still want to get playing time.
Is Mac Jones better than Cam?
At this point in his career,
for that team,
too early.
Yeah, for that team,
for that system, yeah,
and that coach,
for the coaching, all that, yeah, hell yeah, he's perfect fit. Like I said, I would let Cam go mainly for him. Like I know where you at in your career. I know you don't want to sit here and just be on the bench because you're going to ride this bench, barring the injury to him. And even still, you know what I mean. You got.
But look, your squad is one of the squads he's cool with doing that for.
Yeah.
Now look, and I'm gonna knock on wood for you, but boy, let's just say Mac Jones goes down. Your backup now is Brian Hoyer.
Once again, with Mac Jones and not OCS do nothing, so that's fine with me. So
that's fine. That's fine. But look, I
would prefer not Brian Hoyer, even somebody younger, more development. Let him develop now. Fair
enough. But Cam would be able to rally the troops way better than Mac Jones or Brian Hoyer. So.
This is football, so I don't mind us tanking if he does get hurt, so we can get a higher draft pick.
The sabotage. See now it's coming around now. See, now you see the scheme now. Now you see the scheme, boy.
I'm not trying to do it, but I'm not trying to be mediocre. He's not going to get us to
the He want that top 3 pick, son.
So okay, to bring back to sports loyalty. What's better, tanking or trying to contend with someone who
always try to contend, but at the same time, if you feel...
But you yourself just said that is not feasible right now.
I'm trying to contend, but I would rather tank and get that higher pick than mediocrity.
I hear you.
Yeah.
But why not do that with Cam? You could sacrifice him instead of sacrificing Mac Jones.
Because like I said, if I had it my way and that was going to be the case, Cam wouldn't even be there. It'd be somebody even younger and let him get that developing time. Let Cam go somewhere. I want Cam to go somewhere.
That's Mac Jones. What I'm saying is...
I want Cam to go somewhere. I'm going to say it like this. I'm cutting Cam because I want Cam to go somewhere. And maybe there is a team that has pieces of weapons around that's ready and serviceable. They quarterback gets hurt. Maybe Cam could come and step in.
The New York Giants.
I'm going to put it this way. Look at Sam Darnold. Not only was he developing, he didn't have no pieces. This motherfucker with the Panthers got pieces, and he's looking like a Pro Bowl quarterback. He's looking like, I'm wondering why the fuck
that's the Jets. That's the Jets.
It
was the old Jets.
The culture.
Regime.
Yeah,
the old Jets regimes. And I like Sam.
I do too, but he's a player I felt like he needed that change.
Chris McCaffrey is on one of my fantasy teams. I fuck with DJ Moore. I should have drafted Anderson. I didn't. I'm mad about that, but that's neither here nor there.
But
Point is, the Jets, they fucked a lot of. Shout out to Chad Pennington.
So with the moves that they have made, do you believe in the future of your team?
Of the Patriots?
As much as you can see right now, obviously.
Yeah, I like the steps we take in. I like just the history and the culture we got. I think a lot of even the youth is gonna come and they're gonna see and they're gonna feel like, all right, this is the place where let me not pussyfoot. You know, off the vibe that they give over there, you ain't got time to pussyfoot because you'll get traded, cut, released, whatever the case. I think as long as we got the culture we got in Belichick, I trust us to get out of that hole. Like my basketball team, the Lakers, I don't see this franchise as a franchise that stays in the dark for too long.
No, as long as y'all have a strong defense, y'all will always be in the mix.
Yeah.
Now,
what do you see the Patriots finishing the season with?
This year? I'm trying to think of how.
Injuries aside,
No,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to think of the rest of my conference and see how they've been playing as well.
As things
too.
are now, like even though it's only week 2,
it's
like,
all equal. Like everybody's 1-1. Well, no, outside of the Jets, everybody's 1-1.
So when Tua got injured, who was his substitution?
It doesn't matter.
No, it does because
No, it doesn't. Nobody I can remember, so it doesn't matter.
All right, well there you go. So it's really a 2-man between the
Bills and
the
Patriots.
Yeah.
So Patriots probably will end up winning.
Yeah, I'm about to say that. So I see as though Patriots win
11-6.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I forgot they
Or like
changed
10-7.
I was gonna say 10-6.
That's
but I
pretty-
forgot
like
they
10-7.
changed it.
that's pretty good for a team that's supposed to be washed.
See, that's my point. Boy, Cam
Right.
could have got y'all to that though. And y'all will be a much more dangerous team offensively with him because Mac ain't gonna run nowhere.
That's not our culture. We don't need.
But that's the thing though, that's your culture now because y'all want to run the rock.
We running the rock because we got this young quarterback, and we ain't gonna put him in the situations that we trusted Brady in just yet. But no, don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that to say Cam is not a quarterback. In his prime, I wouldn't give Cam the ball to throw 50 times. So I'm damn sure not giving old man Cam the ball.
Do you regret
Y'all want
them
every
not
team
taking
that
a
does that.
chance on Jimmy Garoppolo and storing him away from the
return?
future?
Y'all might as well.
Nah, because what did he do?
Oh no,
when
you
he was
can't
in
because you got Mac.
Francisco?
You got Mac Jones.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
can't do that now.
So
When
you're
I-
taking Mac over Jimmy?
yeah,
You have to.
because
You have to.
just with the fact that Jimmy was somewhere else and injuries has been his biggest flaw. That I mean, I can't do nothing about injuries. I can help you with some of the other shit.
Even when he was still on the Patriots.
Yeah, so
I think he was getting busy, got injured, then that's when Tom Brady came
yeah,
back.
see, that's what I'm saying. So, nah, I wouldn't have. Injuries played this. That was gonna follow him no matter where he was, so he good.
I just had to bring that up. That's like the Nick Foles thing. Like everyone always brings up those quarterbacks who got like super right in the last few years.
Well, no. That's
I,
more of the Carson Wentz syndrome because Nick Foles is he's always been known as like the backup quarterback that comes in and gets busy.
I'm about to say that,
But he only did that he really only did that shit like twice with the Eagles. Well, with the Eagles.
He's like a relief pitcher that all right, he'll come in and do that all day, but I wouldn't start him. Like,
He's the perfect backup quarterback.
Yeah, I want to give him the here for a full 16, 17 game season, whatever the case may be. You're our designated starter. We see how it goes when that happens. You know what I mean? It doesn't end well. Sometimes for him, injuries be biting his ass too. But I think the Pats. I think we'll take the division. I think it'll be tight between them and the Bills.
There's 7 teams in the playoffs now, both sides.
But then why not tank and then aim for the wild card and still get the pick anyway? Because you still get the respectability of making the wild card game, but you're still
as long as Mac
cheeks
Jones-
enough to get the pick.
They don't have the team for that.
Yeah.
If you're consistent at quarterback, then first of all, you're not supposed to play around with them, like especially in football. But you could do shit like that in like baseball and basketball.
That's why I asked.
Yeah, no. If you're fully invested in the playoffs, then you gotta just do that shit.
Because the pick you'll get and you're still making the playoffs in football, that's still like up in the air. You know what I mean? That's up to your scouts to see who you're gonna pick with that. It's not like a top 5 pick where it's like
where you were following that
that's
person or you were scouting.
He's just talking about the positioning. You know what I'm saying? What the exact number pick you get? You know what I mean? Do you get the
and just
you
in
get
general
the 7th
because
pick as opposed to like the 15th?
Because again, 11 wins is respectable to me. So like You're stuck in between this weird rock and a hard place, right? You contend, have a respectable record, and then maybe sign better pieces. But, if you suck a little, you can
No, the wave really is to have that team make the playoffs, do what you do, and then see what's up in free agency because then you see, everybody that's not in the playoffs, they're looking at oh shit, that team is missing my fucking skill set.
Yeah, exactly.
I.e. Mark Jackson when he was on the Clippers and he went to the Pacers.
Yeah.
And he was
also he was getting old. He knew the window was closing.
No, but he said that. He was like, yo, that's the only time anybody wanted to be traded from LA to fucking Indiana.
Yeah, because he knew.
Plus, not to mention, if you make the playoffs with a dare I say, mediocre team, and y'all have a nice run, there's the minutia within that, and the team building within that is incredible to the point where, shit, look, boy, the Clippers from what was that, 2019, the 8th seed?
Yeah.
Before they got these fuck boys, when they had a real team.
They had a squad.
They had a team.
A squad we've talked about before.
Even before they got rid of Tobias, son. If they would have kept him,
who they were underpaying.
They got
the irony, because I talked about so much on the show about him getting overpaid, but
yes, you have.
The Clippers really did him a disservice by not paying him. They were fools.
And looking back at it, he would have been probably the only one they had to have given that type of contract.
Yeah, because you would have had him, Montrezl, you would have
Gallinari wouldn't want that fucking.
You had Sarge still,
Sweet Lou, Lemon Pepper Lou wouldn't want that. Beverly wouldn't have wanted no.
Nah, he's the only one you would have had to pay.
Yeah.
Especially since he was balling at the time. But I don't want to veer away from football. What other football surprises? This is for both of you because I can't really make observations. I haven't watched but 2 games, which was slobber knockers, by the way.
Stop bullshitting.
So I appreciate
Stop bullshitting.
that. Nigga, I work on Sundays.
I know that, but you haven't watched. You watched 2 games, but you were aware of multiple games.
I enjoyed that Packer game last night. That's for sure.
Nah, that game was whack.
No, it was
No. You enjoyed the Ravens Chief game.
I certainly did. I really did.
That Packers game was a smack.
I love games where
it got into. Like I said, it looked
shout out to Lamar.
My favorite part of the game is when they hit the graphic being Lamar is Superman versus the rest of the league versus the Ravens he's trash.
Until he meets Patrick Mahomes.
And then just after that graphic, son, this nigga started swerving them out. Just after, son. It was great, and that's why I enjoy football is for that, because I don't have as much attachment to the lore of things. So So what are the football surprises matter to you guys? What do you see happening in the next? Because the weeks 3 to 7 are the most crucial, right? So what do you see going on that matters in that time frame?
My biggest X factor is D's nuts.
He's a good player.
Excellent.
Also, I wanted to bring in some of your fantasy, because you already referenced it now. Tell the fans about your Lightskin shenanigans in fantasy. How's that working out for you right now? And that also ties into the previous question. You guys can enjoy this in a way that I can't, and I still enjoy peripherally, so it's fun anyway. But you can break it down to them in a way that I can't. So what?
Once we've done enough casts.
What's cool in the league right now? What matters right now? You know what I'm saying?
Look.
Besides your respective teams, obviously.
No. Look, we're just talking just straight fantasy. It's hard because. Well, shit, not even it's a small microcosm of I guess every football season because the early weeks don't. I don't want to say they don't matter, but
it's not a figuring out.
No, it is, but all right, you said week 7. Shit really doesn't get popping until Thanksgiving or right before that.
I don't say, but I figure like 10, 11, week 11.
Yeah. But since we got another game, it's still a little bit the same. But as soon as November hit, then that's when shit kind of starts to resonate a little bit more. that's
time
where
is running out because it's like 6 weeks. Of,
no. That and again, you everybody like fully should have their football bodies together. So it's like, all right.
And whoever is injured, that was the lead is injured now. Whoever's out for the season is firmly set, more or less.
I'm saying you're fully immersed in game shape, in the game mode. That's why Brother Scrams' team is Belichick's teams. They're so great because they're built for the long run. You know what I'm saying? They're not built for like the first 4. Back when it was just 16 games, they broke it down into like 4 groups of 4 game segments. 1 to 4.
Yeah, every 4
1 to
game,
4,
every
5,
4 games
whatever.
They reevaluate and stuff. Yeah.
So again, and that's how you're supposed to do it. But now it's a little weird because whatever that weird odd week in the middle is, that's going to kind of be like the what they call, I guess, the college relevance to that would be like rivalry week or some shit like that. But whatever, like that week in the middle. So I guess that's shit. That might be like week 12 now. Like you said, week 11, week 12. But that's what we're gonna start seeing. So now it's not even Thanksgiving anymore. It's like that first week or weekend of December. That's when I don't want to say shit is starting to matter, but you know, shit will. We should have a better understanding of what should transpire by then.
So football surprises. What matters to y'all?
To me personally, like I mentioned, surprises.
Wait, do you see the Super Bowl being Bucks and Patriots?
Not the Patriots, but the Bucks go get.
I mean, it's early. It's early. Son.
There's so many pieces out in the AFC that would have to fall for them. They would have to get so much momentum.
But the AFC is weak, son. It is. There are holes. Like Chiefs have holes, Ravens have holes.
I don't see them getting past Patty Mahomes.
They could.
If they could.
They could. It's not about Patty Mahomes, like Chiefs and Andy Reid. I love him to death, but historically he hasn't been the best.
I gotta see.
He hasn't been the best in them high level moments.
I gotta see what other pieces we got to other consistent pieces. It's only been 2 weeks. I gotta see what other pieces that I know we can count on.
All right, cool. But look, Lightskin prophecy, because I know this.
The verse of the night.
The Patriots defense will get crisp by at least the playoffs.
I mean, that I got trust in. I mean,
because I ain't got no other choice.
I need
that D.
Belichick, you know what I mean?
I need that big D.
Defensive guru, so I got faith in him figuring out and getting that together, making it. It's pieces on offense. We got Mac Jones. What's his other running back name? I was just looking at some pain.
Was it Damian Harris?
Yeah, Damian Harris.
I still got White.
James White been there forever. Tired. This nigga is the Udonis
Haslam. He's the better version of Kevin Falk. He's just not as big as he was.
He is, but
I got rid of Sony Michel. I don't even know.
No. He hurt. I think he out for the. No. He did.
He's on the Rams. I know because I got have him on one of my fantasy teams, brother.
Talk about your teams.
Which teams?
All of it. Talk about your experience. What has your fantasy experience been like? Because I feel like that was a good segue right there.
It wasn't a bad one. Well, I mean, the first time I ever played fantasy, I definitely made it to the championship, even though I was asleep during the draft. During young draft, but, you know what I'm saying? Still made the champ, or the chip. And, shit. Had I won, I probably would have got a stack of some change. But honestly, I'm not gonna lie. If you're a chess player, then playing fantasy football is a lot like that. You know what I mean? Because the beauty of it is you really have to be a fan of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, because every week it's like, who do I start here? Who do I want here? You know what I mean? Like, all right, for instance, this past week, I'm 2-0 in my pro league, and I'm losing in the fucking beginner league, son. Y'all do the math for that. I don't know how the fuck that happened. I blame Odell Beckham for that. But as a matter of fact, the brother man to my right, he helped me with the pro league draft. But
What's up?
I'm not gonna lie to you, it's hard for me to lose that one because I have so many stallions, man. Chris McCaffrey, CeeDee Lamb, DeAndre Hopkins.
I like them all.
You came in when with the Greg Kittle.
Told you, boy. Told you. Pick up your mans.
No. He ain't give me no points last week, but
Nah,
whatever.
who the fuck did they play last week?
The Eagles.
Bird?
Yeah, word.
Their defense been alright. That's all.
It's early in the season. So I don't know. Point is, playing fantasy football kind of takes away from being able to enjoy the fucking games because you try to watch a game, but you always watching the fucking the ticker underneath to see who's doing what with the stats. I've never rooted for so many Cowboys in my life, son. Not to mention like even beyond fantasy with the DraftKings shit, son, boy. First of all, I understand why gambling is such a problem because you could just bet on 1/4 of a football game for $1. Madness.
Sounds like it's going well.
I'm not complaining, but it's been a very intriguing fall season thus far.
Anything outside of you Scrams that you can think of that jumps off the page in the very, very, very young season?
Like I mentioned, the player Sam Darnold.
I mean, the Panthers, they looking good, man.
Yeah, man, they looking alright. The player Sam Darnold really. Other than that, matter of fact, maybe what I seen, Kyler Murray's development in Arizona. My son looking like if they could get something going, know what I mean? They look like they'll be a nice team out there.
No, they're very talented.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But,
Talent-wise, they look like they get some pieces. They look like
they have the pieces. They
right.
Honestly, they don't have the right coach.
I'm about to say the right coach. They get that, then.
Because Kyler, he'll again going back to fantasy, he'll give you numbers, but he also give you them fucking turnovers, man.
Yeah. Well, like you say, coach-wise, you get a different coach, a better fitted system to him, and
a stronger running game.
Yeah, well, that comes with some better running backs.
Well, alright. Not last season, but my first season of fantasy football, I had Kenyon Drake.
I'm about to say, Kenyon Drake.
He's on the Raiders. Shout out to the Raiders, 2-0.
Oh, so they lost him too? So who the hell is the Cardinals running back? I thought it was still Kenyon Drake. I thought he was still there.
They let him go.
So they got Josh Jacobs and Kenyon Drake. It's crazy.
Honestly, I forgot.
It's not good.
Well, I mean that system isn't really it's not conducive for the traditional running back. You have to be more of a
James White.
Like more of a receiving back.
Yeah, James White. James White is that.
Yeah, James, he can run the rock.
Now he can, but his service when he was there for us during a lot of the years was Kevin Falk, a receiving back, a good third down back. He could receive, he could run some if needed. He's not an every down back, but he's a Swiss Army knife. You know what I mean? So,
which is well, first of all, shout out to Courtney Dillon.
Yeah.
But I mean, look, at the end of the day, son, I hate the Pats, but I have faith in the Pats, man.
I do too. I have no right but to.
I feel like they'll get a wild card spot.
Nah, I think so too.
Better yet, I mean, I feel like they still have a good. If they lose to the Dolphins again, then it may be a problem. But I feel like they should win that division, man. They should. Because look, the Bills winning, the Bills doing what they have done. That shit is,
I think the Bills is one of them teams that got the pieces, but they won't put it together right. And
the pieces will either dwindle or leave or
yeah. Like I see them wasting a lot of Josh Allen years.
Yeah, I was about to say like Josh Allen may be a top 5 quarterback for his whole career and never win.
Yeah.
I.e. Jim Kelly.
Yeah.
That's the AFC East shit, boy. AFC South is straight up and down. Shit, I don't even know what the fuck that is.
In the AFC South, you got your
It's
man.
not the Jags. It's not Tennessee. Well, Tennessee.
Yeah,
Well, actually, no. Tennessee. I thought Tennessee had lost that game, but they came back and beat Russell Wilson, who is another one of my QBs.
Speaking of Sierra.
Sierra. The goodies. Yeah, I don't know. It damn sure ain't Houston, ain't Jacksonville, so I guess it really still is just Tennessee. AFC North is always a fucking.
Well, wait, hold on. So, what about Indianapolis? You see them coming out the AFC South?
They just lost. They 0-2 right now.
Yeah.
And they don't even know who the fuck their quarterback is.
Yeah, Carson Wentz is injured again, ain't he?
Yes, he is.
It's out of control.
Yes.
But
So yeah, no, honestly, and it's been like that for the last few years, but it is Tennessee by default.
wait, they don't got Jacoby Brissett no more?
I don't think so. And even if they did,
I mean, he was something for them. He was serviceable out there in New England. He's a quarterback. If you put the right pieces around him, I don't want him out there trying to win games, but he's a decent game manager.
but he's another one. Like, all right, with him, you would have had to have an incredibly strong running game, son.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You put the right pieces around him, he could help manage the game. I don't want him to have to throw me out, you know what I mean? To throw me or keep me into the game with his arm.
Boy, he was this nigga that used to be on the Vikings. Who was that? Tavares Jackson.
Yeah.
That's who he was.
On the Vikings and he was on the Seahawks, I think.
Yeah. So I mean, there was a couple niggas on there. Geno Smith was on the fucking Seahawks. Colin Kaepernick could have been on the Seahawks. He could have been on the Broncos too, but that's a different podcast.
You know who's looking real fine at that role of being that game manager? Tyrod Taylor. And he's quietly
Talked about him yesterday.
He's quietly doing it. He's quietly being productive everywhere he goes, and just getting shunned because they got visions or they got they got more hotness.
He gets injured.
Nah, but the last few times he came back, they didn't even let him chance. Remember when he came to Cleveland? When he came to Cleveland, he did, but
he got injured.
It wasn't an injury. You had to keep him out.
No,
Baker Mayfield. They threw Baker Mayfield.
Well, yeah, all right, but you just drafted the nigga first overall.
Now I get it, but at the same time, this man was. Why get Tyrod Taylor, who was still very productive, coming from Buffalo?
No, he is. He's always been productive, but he always gets. Boy, he's injured now, and he was doing this thing on Houston.
He did get hurt. I mean, but it's Houston. They will never protect their quarterbacks. So that's bad marriage. It's a bad marriage.
I would love to see Tyrod get his just due. Honestly, Tyrod could. Well, I can't say he's the new Jeff Hostetler, but Tyrod. Alright, fuck it. This is another Lightskin prophecy. Tyrod will end up
Number 2.
Numero dos. Tyrod will.
If we get 5, does Candyman show up? Or
that would be.
We're not doing it in front of a mirror, so.
Nah. If we get 5 tonight, we get another fucking. We get another star in Streets of Rage.
Word. That's the score barrier.
I was even spanking that too on my way out,
but no, Tyrod will end up on some sort of championship team. If he's the one to win the Super Bowl, I don't know. I'm not light-skinned enough to make that prophecy, but Tyrod will, and I feel like it probably will be the fucking Ravens, man.
I feel like even though my son is alright, put Tyrod Taylor on the team.
Ravens
like
or the Broncos. Because they got Teddy out there. My son Teddy touchdown. Shout out to that Broncos defense.
Shout out to him.
But
my son's somewhere with a nice running back.
all right,
too.
so listen. If you're clearly not high on your Patriots, so
Nah, I got him up there.
He's realistic.
Yeah. No, you're fan. You're being a fan. So, all right. What would be your ideal Super Bowl matchup?
If they made it.
Right now.
With the squad you have.
The Bucks and the Ravens.
Bucks and Ravens?
Yeah,
How do you not get torn apart by Lamar?
I want to see Lamar get his chance to get his head on with the GOAT on the grand stage.
I don't like that because Lamar doesn't have his if you gave me Dobbins and like his starting running back and his second running back, Gus Edwards, I'm with you. I don't like him in the Super Bowl with niggas they had to get off the wire.
That's why I like it because I don't necessarily want him to win against my boy, but at the same time,
look with the defense they have. If they had their full-fledged defense, oh yeah, I'm good with that because Tom Brady might throw 3 picks in that Super Bowl. So.
That's what I'm saying. Even though Tom ain't on the Pats no more, that's still my boy. You know what I'm saying? It's my boy. So I don't necessarily want to see Lamar beat him, but I want to see him pit on to the point where he gets his respect, undeniable respect. No more of this what if.
He already got that.
No, he getting it now. You still got some people.
He got the chip without Belichick, so he already.
No. I'm talking about Lamar. I'm not talking about Tom.
Okay.
I'm talking about Lamar. For Lamar's sake, time is time. He's solidified. Even if he ain't get that, I get where that would have came from. Still would have been a burden and a knot, but he got his regardless. Lamar is ascending still, and I just want to see him get a matchup where even if he lose, you can look up and say he lost, but he threw for 300 yards and I respect him.
And no picks.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's T.O. and 05.
And get a taste of that.
Against the best defensive mind, I guess, besides Andy Reid and other gimmick coaches ever.
So I want to see him get a taste of that.
Todd Bowles is definitely the best defensive coordinator in the league right now. But listen, if it is Patriots and Bucks, who you root for?
Patriots.
Over TB?
He's not wearing our uniform.
Team loyalty.
But you just said that's your man's.
He my man's.
But team loyalty, that's your team.
But when he go against my team, listen, I gotta be real with you.
No, it's him and Gronk.
He's not wearing the uniform.
They're not Patriots anymore.
All right, so wait. If you get TB, Gronk, Danny Amendola, Julian Edelman, and like some other like defensive player from the Patriots.
I'm like annoyed because like damn y'all let these
you got Patriots South. You got Patriots South.
I'm annoyed because at that point it's clearly we know what's up. Like alright, you trying to be funny about it too. Alright, but nah, I mean they not wearing the jersey, so unfortunately I'm gonna be rooting for them against my boy Tom. Like nothing personal, but he not on the same team no more.
You do realize that's a bad business decision, right?
I mean, I understand.
It's about loyalty. It's not about business decisions.
It's not about if we gonna come out, you know what I mean, paddling the ship. It's the fact that if the ship is gonna sink, I'm down to go down with it. So,
it's real fans. Huh?
Yeah. So, but you know what I mean. I don't know. I'm gonna say it like this. I would love to see that though. At the same time, the old greatness that was once among us versus who they're saying.
That shit is it's a Spanish soap opera, son.
You know what? When I think about it and sit down, that it is. But I'm gonna say it like this: if Mac Jones don't got the heart and he ain't ready for it, and that was to be the case, he gonna get ate up.
That's when
Tom is coming out there to kill.
That's when y'all will be missing Cam.
I don't think so.
Yeah, Cam has been to a Super Bowl and he's a fucking
he was a Super Bowl MVP. Flop. It ain't like he was a Super Bowl and he put on. He flopped.
That was under bad coaching.
He flopped. It don't matter. He flopped.
But he's been there though,
and he ain't do nothing since. That's why I can't defend Cam when people say Cam didn't do nothing for us last year. Cam didn't do nothing with the Panthers, which is why he's.
Cam caught COVID last year.
Incidentally, guys, I want to make. Initially, when I thought about the outline for this episode, I wanted to make the thumbnail the kid who was selling Cam.
You broke.
Yeah, you're washed. He said, you're trash. You're a free agent. He's like, but I'm rich though.
And that right there was like, I understand he had to do what he had to do composure-wise in that moment, but I'm gonna say this.
Nah, composure-wise.
You gotta say shit like that.
Composure-wise, all he had to say was nothing.
Yeah.
All he had to say,
if you're a grown man,
all he had to do was walk away.
Nah, you do, but let's be real. Sometimes emotions ain't that easy. So
he was tight. I understand that. Yeah. Again, I'm a salty nigga. If I have some little motherfucker telling me, a millionaire,
but it was
you're washed, and I'm one of the best quarterbacks in the world, still,
and you're not on the team.
Fuck this little nigga.
That's why I hurt, because he wasn't.
That's why
on the
he was hurt. Because he wasn't.
But that was about to be my next point. That was about to be my next point. Like we've all know, yes, it's politics and stuff in football, but if you can get the job done, you can get it done. It ain't like he was with some Colin Kaepernick shit. Like
that was different. He was blackballed.
Yeah, he just ain't getting no phone call.
He blackballed himself. So.
Yeah, so
again, that's one of those episodes that we. Still, I think that's the three of us. We gotta do that.
That's his old episode itself. We go there.
That's a special one. That's a special one.
We ain't gonna dive too much into Colin on that, but the point is, Cam ain't getting no. His phone ain't ringing off the hook necessarily right now, and it's
he's
not
an ex-MVP.
He did go to the bowl. So you have your choice as GM tomorrow, whether of the Patriots or not. Who do you sign, Cam or Cap?
Cam. That's easy.
Cam. He's been more active.
Some of the shit that niggas say on Twitter, that's not necessarily so.
Cam is the better version of Cap, son. The way better. Like, Cap is just maybe a little faster than him, but
that's why I asked.
No. Cam. That's why Cam went first overall and Cap went, in the third round?
So speaking of team loyalty, I've been waiting an hour for this. I mean, I wanted y'all to get y'all football shit.
Oh, no. But I felt the way, boy.
It was important. It was very good.
The Sexbrook tone is there.
I've been waiting the whole time for this.
Frothing at the mouth.
Oh, my God.
Especially since he was on a cast talking about
a lot has happened since, and I may edit later a highlight or two from Lake Show at the End of the World. It'll take the extent of my editing skills, but we'll see. But if you don't remember, this was before the deal was made. This is before the Lakers are kind of in this weird flux. They have signed
before they got their last ship.
And a couple of other players. They made some significant moves. So they at least have a serviceable lineup. By the way, listeners are switching to basketball. For our football zombies, you could go now if you want. I appreciate that you already listened to us for an hour, because that's enough for me. If you want to stay, please.
The drama is the drama.
I'm not telling y'all to leave. I'm just saying that I understand if you click off the video, you know what I'm saying, and you go to some other channel. I'm not mad at you. Thank you for staying for this long. I appreciate it.
I mean, we already lost the fucking wrestling zombies, but
nah. They as soon as y'all started talking about football for more than 10 minutes, it was over. They were gone. That was like 20 minutes ago. More than 20 minutes ago in the coverage, but man, this Russell Westbrook deal, for niggas who've been living under a rock, the Lakers dealt for Russell Westbrook. I forget for what players right now.
They dealt Montrezl Harrell, Kyle Kuzma, KCP,
and some picks, right?
And picks, yeah.
Like half the niggas they were supposed to give up for AD, and then whoever they new niggas were.
Not counting Josh Hart, who they ended up dealing anyway, who they were fucking stupid for dealing.
No, Josh Hart is still he's still on the Pelicans.
That's what I'm saying. He was one of those dudes. He is.
They
re-signed him.
Yeah, but they also was at the time. They was trying to think of a signing. They was considering a signing.
They haven't traded him, as far as I know.
They was trying to trade him. You know who they was trying? They was trying to trade him and bring back Buddy Hield. They was trying to send him to Sacktown and bring back Buddy Hield.
That's not a bad deal for them, honestly. But no, they shouldn't do that. They should just stick to the re-signing of Josh Hart and let him get busy. Yeah. Especially now that yay, here we go. JJ Redick has retired.
Yeah, I about to say, I think they trying to be shooting him, Buddy Hield. That's
JJ retired. Shout out to JJ Redick, my guy. One of the realest niggas as an NBA player ever. College Hall of Famer and legend. It's very sad that he retired because his skill set is very valuable in the league now.
He didn't get a call from the teams he wanted to play for. He wanted to play.
I'm surprised he didn't get it. Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
He wanted to play either Brooklyn, Philly, those type of areas.
was trying to come to the Knicks. Knicks, they fucked that up.
Yeah, that was talk too. He lived downtown Brooklyn, so he was trying to get anywhere like that. He lived in Dumbo, so he just wanted to get out there.
Damn, yeah, don't retire. You're still really good.
I mean, fuck around the Nets will call that nigga at some point during the season to see what's up with your man.
I don't know. Usually when he makes decisions, he seems like the type to be serious about them.
Like I said, maybe this one he might consider because this one is so really based on none of his teams
called him. Yeah, exactly. He thought that he wasn't valuable, which is bullshit. You are valuable.
No, he knew he valuable. He was just like, cause he was pissed when what's his name traded him to Dallas. He told the Pelicans, "Yo, all right, you want to trade me? I want to be traded." Gave him the teams, all the Sixers and all those teams. And them niggas sent that man to Texas. Now, if you tell a motherfucker you want to go home in Brooklyn and they send you to Texas, I like to think you're a little pissed off. You know what I mean?
I agree, especially since the Sixers needed that man's skill set and they traded him away for nothing, or let him go for nothing.
Yeah, let him go, really.
But it's fine. The Sixers are stupid. You see what they're going through, Ben Simmons, which we may or may not talk to, since that's the hot NBA story right now.
Yeah, I see.
But now we gotta let that simmer.
But no, first.
Yeah.
Westbrook is more important because that is more relevant to your interests as our guest and esteemed colleague in what we do here.
And
so,
I mean, that honestly is the most compelling story of this off season.
Yeah, now that everything is kind of solidified,
it
pretty much is. So
can Bron tame Sexbrook?
So give me everything. How do you feel? How do you feel about the deal? Yeah. Can Bron tame Sexbrook? Do you think that this was a move as opposed to getting Ben Simmons or John Wall, or competing for 2 or 3 players? Because depth is really the Lakers' issue.
I'm not taking either of them boys, and I'm not taking either.
Well, start with why it was good to sign Russell.
So wait, you wouldn't take Bradley Beal over fucking Westbrook?
No,
that's not what was available.
He said John Wall.
I'm talking about what was realistically available to the Lakers as a team that they could actually get. Bradley Beal, CJ McCollum, any of those? That's in the clouds.
Yeah.
So no, you would have had to give up pieces you probably wouldn't have wanted to, but.
CJ McCollum would have been the shit, but no, like they're not.
That would have been the easiest one.
They're not gonna get any of those realistic pieces. That's why I bring up the John Wall, type of trades. Stuff with Andrew Wiggins. Deals like that. Why was? And I agree with you. I think it was a good idea to sign Westbrook. Honestly, other teams fucked up by not trying to pick him up. But
the Lakers, they needed an energy man.
Well, they also had the money.
I was gonna say that,
which I understand that the money was a big deal. So elaborate. I'm gonna duck out for a second.
I think if I say nothing else, I think our lineup is gonna be a beast on the boards next year. You got I'm interested in seeing what the lineup is gonna be really, because I'm hearing different things. We all know it's been well documented. Your boy AD does not favor playing the 5.
And that's why he should stop playing in the fucking West.
Yeah. No, that's what he said mainly, out West. He doesn't want to play the 5 to bang with them niggas. They mentioned there's been talk of him sliding to the 5 and Braun sliding to the 4. But
no, you do that at certain points.
No. Yeah, exactly. Because it's been documented that was the closing lineup during their finals run with him at the 5. Braun, I forgot who had the 4. Braun, Caruso, and Rondo.
Who y'all got back?
Yeah, yes. So
y'all could have had him and Pat Bev. I know niggas front on Bev.
I'm about to say I don't know if it depends if Russ Westbrook and Pat Bev hash things out. I don't know.
Well, if you trying to get this shit, fuck everything else.
It's true, but not everybody will see it that way.
And again, boy, niggas have had this discussion. Niggas try to make more out of what that situation was.
I'm about to say, I dig, but the only thing that matters is how Westbrook feel about that. Because we all know if it came down to who would they would be trying to cater to.
All day. And look, honestly, them scooping Westbrook, son, off the rip, he has to be the number 1 scoring option, son. Regardless of what happens, let him do what he does, and LeBron should figure shit out.
See, we don't want him. Let my son AD get that. You know what I'm saying? And
AD ain't consistent enough for that. And you don't know how long he's gonna really be on the court.
I think he's consistent. I think he's not consistent enough because I don't think he goes out there aggressively enough to try to assert himself like he can.
Because he's injury prone.
I mean, I'm gonna say it like this: if you injury prone, at least at some point you might, I'm gonna get hurt. Let me go out, get hurt, give niggas this 50 piece. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, that's fine, boy, but do that in the playoffs, not the fucking regular season.
No,
that's what I was gonna say.
I dig, and that's the plan for it. But the problem
that's my thing, though.
But the problem is, you gotta last in the postseason.
That's why I'm trying to tell you, during the regular season, Russell Westbrook is the number one option. Once the playoffs start, that's when LeBron takes over, and he's the number one option because he's the one controlling the rock. So it's not about who gets the most points that night. Braun is the one that's controlling the rock. Regular season, it's all Sexbrook. Playoffs, it's Braun and AD. Because Sexbrook preserves AD in the way that you want him to do. That way, when the playoffs hit, then AD could do what the fuck you're talking about. Whether or not he fucking get injured.
You can. But in the playoffs, especially with the way this team is set up, I like...
I have the weirdest, best fucking LeBron team that was ever constructed, son.
I don't...
No, it's both the weirdest and the best fucking team, son.
I want to say weird, though. It's like...
No, it is because... In a lot of ways, it's better than the big three in fucking Miami, son. But it's still weird because you don't know... Y'all niggas don't really have...
I don't know how they would do it, but I know the strong five.
Alright, no. Look, the question is, bro, with that big three, what is y'all identity, son? It damn sure ain't defense.
It can be, though.
No, it should be.
How do you guys win the championship?
If AD,
that's what matters. Like
if
how
AD,
do you know?
if AD was if he was the predominantly best player on the team.
That's also not a fair critique because he is not predominantly healthy.
Yeah, we talked about that.
How does
we brought all that up?
Even if
we brought all
I
that up.
understand that. So how do the Lakers win?
Even
like
if you
to win the chip?
Defensively, even if you take
because in
them
the
away,
regular season they'll be fine.
They don't win unless that big three works.
No. I still like their defense because.
Well, let's start with what you just said.
You got Dwight back. You got Rondo back. Cool.
And I still like Westbrook in the past.
You're the coach. What do you do? What do you?
He's not a defender.
What do you do as coach of the team? Like that's what matters. Like. Who do you put out there? Why do you?
If I had to start him, I would put either Dwight or DeAndre at the 5, AD at the 4, LeBron at the 3, either Malik Monk or Wayne Ellington at the 2 guard, and Russell Westbrook.
Neither one of them D up. Son.
They not there for D. They there for shooting.
That's fine, but they don't D up.
They there for shooting.
That's cool, but Danny Green D'd up and shot threes.
Yeah, he did, and he still, you know what I mean?
But let's the Scrams coach
they
before
got,
we poke holes in it.
They got a team.
There aren't holes. I'm just saying, like that's what it is. Man. Like,
but looking at that logic, it's the same logic people said about the Nets last year. Defense
do you really trust Malik Monk in that position?
Do I trust him in a position to do what?
Starting.
More than THT or
because
any of the dudes they had before. More than Alex Caruso.
No. Because Malik Monk historically should be a better player than THT.
But what I'm saying is with Malik, with the lineup they got,
Caruso.
Caruso ain't there no more.
No, he's in Chicago.
I'm just using it as an example.
But what
of
I'm
the guards
saying
that they had before they made those deals. Like,
what I'm saying is with the lineup they got, if Malik Monk got on the floor and gave us 9-10 points a night, that's good. I don't need.
No, with the lineup y'all have, y'all should.
That's not enough because he's the off guard, and you need the off guard to provide for that team.
All day.
But that's what I'm saying with
the team they have defensively, they should at least make the Western Conference Finals, son. At least they should do that.
Especially since their main rival in the Clippers and the Warriors are kind of uncertain right now.
I mean, but the Warriors are hungry. They haven't been hungry in several years. Son.
Hunger is fickle. You know about that. You can't put money on hunger.
Yeah, you can when you have superstars.
I don't know, man. I just think that, like I said, with people like Malik Monk, I got other players on the team who can still give you 25 a play. You know what I mean? I still got.
No, y'all have a solid squad. Like I said, defensively.
So if niggas get in and play their parts,
look, y'all not gonna be the 2020 Lakers because y'all not in the bubble. So y'all defense, we'll see how good that defense really is when it really has to go on the road and do shit.
Especially under Luke Walton, who is still
against a hot Steph Curry. Son.
There were other teams in the bubble too, man. People keep saying that, like.
No, it's cool, but no.
I'm not using their bubble experience to discredit them. I've said all the time.
Y'all had the best leader.
You had the best leader and the best defense in the bubble, which got you the chip, basically.
But that defense did not have to go on the road and play that same defense.
But the way we've been playing all year, y'all can't tell me that y'all didn't see them doing that even on the home, or even on the away court.
I didn't, because they are not consistently on the court enough to show me that. Especially since they don't have depth. They still don't have depth. They haven't addressed those problems.
The year they won the chip, did you see the momentum they had going into COVID?
All day.
That's what I'm saying.
All day. But at the same time...
But to be scared by a Nuggets team that shouldn't have been on the court...
That season got paused, too. Y'all didn't have to go through that attrition. Y'all didn't have to go through the full season.
I'll give them their credit because they fought through all that to win the title.
But they got a break, though. They got a break. Everybody else got a break, but they got a break, too.
I'm not discrediting the Nuggets, though. I'm not discrediting...
Me neither. I brought them up because at the time, they were one of the most craziest offensive teams that you could put on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Like, so... That's why I bring them up in the first place, because all the other people they ran into, they should have steamrolled. That wasn't the issue. Like, they were better than them all day. Like,
and then last year, I don't know what the fuck team that was. We constructed. It looked alright at first, but then when you seen it, it's like, nah, break that up.
That's why I brought
you see them like, nah, they not trying to break it up. They keep going with it.
That's why I brought up the injuries, because they seem to be kind of like on the Mavericks when the Mavericks won the title. Yeah. And they were fat and they got killed the next year, you know. So some dudes were tired.
Well, it wasn't just that. It was, look, we brung in Montrez, knowing that, yo, some of the stuff that got him, that made niggas sort of look at him like, we don't need that. We don't need undersized big men getting tormented in the paint.
You need offense.
Yeah, we don't need that. And then, he provide offense, but we ain't playing for the offense because he's a liability defensively.
Exactly.
So it's like, Kuzma, we see him going on a nosedive. He's not getting no better. He's not. Get out of that. You didn't get out of that.
But in their defense, and astonishingly, I'm defending the Lakers right now.
I blame LeBron for a lot of that. Too.
And I'll go to that. But in their defense with Kuzma specifically, they had been trying to deal him. They had been trying to deal him specifically, and there just weren't anybody out there who wanted to take that because they also saw the writing on the wall with him.
Because they
could have sent him to the Pelés.
But the Pelés didn't want him, so...
No, they did. They chose to send Josh Hart.
They took Josh Hart anyway, as opposed to him.
Because the Lakers chose to keep him.
Josh Hart was the better player. It still is.
We can say that, but the Lakers had more value in Schmoozma than Josh.
But Josh Hart signed out, and Kuzma was a fucking piece in a throwaway deal just to get Russell Westbrook to the team. So what does that tell you?
Because by then he plummeted his stock. By then, whatever stock he had nosedived tremendously.
Yeah, but no one knows who the fuck Josh Hart is.
But you knew
except for the nerds.
And they was fronting over. They was fronting on
in an organization that doesn't
even
give a shit about basketball because they're a fucking football town.
And they was fronting on Lonzo, bro. They was fronting on Lonzo.
I'm saying they were trying to trade. They were trying to trade him too. Like,
yeah, but like the smart thing would have been just to keep Lonzo.
They wanted to trade Lonzo because
they also wanted to trade Lonzo because LeBron is the true point guard of the team. They wouldn't have allowed Lonzo to.
But Lonzo out of everybody. Out of all the youth that they had, Lonzo and Braun was the only one who looked like they actually flourished.
Yeah, exactly.
Together, him and Ingram didn't link. Exactly. Him and Kuzma didn't link.
That's all I'm mean. Smart thing would have been to keep
Ingram didn't like Braun. Kuzma is just like, all right, I guess I'm gonna be a spot-up shooter, which is a waste of his talent. And again, this is where I'll intercede on Kuzma and be like, yeah, he's a good player. He is just in a situation that doesn't take advantage of his skill set.
No.
And they kept the forward instead of, again, the guard position. 2 guard players who are above average in talent and decided to keep a guy who was a bum, essentially. Yeah. What is he going to do on the Wizards? He's not better than Rui Hachimura.
He's still not in a good position, man.
Rui, the other one they trying to develop.
Davis Bertans.
No, not even him. The other one, Dennis Avdija, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Yeah, him. They trying to develop him too.
The
So
Wizards got a deep squad, son.
They do. They do.
You
They
got
got
Spencer
Spencer too.
I'm about to say Spencer's been with his buckets off.
You know, assuming he stays healthy, yeah.
Yeah.
He may not see that much, but see, that's
and
why.
He read up. He got a nice.
It would have been nice to see
trading
Westbrook
nice
stay on that team, son. Because they have something going on, man.
I agree, but they didn't want to pay.
That's a lot of
They
money
didn't want
in
to pay
cap.
him. They didn't want to pay him $30 million.
Who,
They're not going to pay anybody else anytime
Westbrook
soon,
Westbrook getting closer to $50 million. He still got 2
like
years.
48. Like,
Yeah, he got 2 years worth of $100
him
million
and
left.
fucking John Wall, son.
They trying to trade you, man, John. They talk about putting together a package right now, John.
All right,
Wall.
before we go there, so Lakers, like, what is just like the Patriots? What is your ceiling for them? What do you see them doing? Yeah, obviously, basketball is different because the trade deadline.
Chip. He said
the trade deadline
He said Chip.
Chip, none less, none more. Chip.
He gave you in.
Do you think they can do that?
Yes.
Chip against who?
How?
Brooklyn?
Yeah. Because I think Brooklyn is going to go back healthy against Milwaukee. If they was unhealthy, if James Harden or Kyrie plays with KD, they don't. The Bucks will make it past it. Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be.
Or if KD doesn't have a big ass foot on the line.
That too, and that lets you know even without the help, all it took was his toe to keep him away from eliminating them. So the Lakers in the net.
So you feel like the Lakers can be the healthy Brooklyn?
Yeah.
You feel like the Lakers can beat the teams in their conference? Like, it's a dogfight out there as usual.
So you feel like the Lakers can beat a healthy KD, a healthy Kyrie, and a healthy Bandit?
Do you think the Lakers want to see
if
Jamal?
We got a healthy
see
AD and healthy Russell Westbrook? Hell yes.
You think they want to see a healthy Jamal Murray again?
Yeah, I mean,
because Houston's now out of the picture, right? They're washed.
They complete rebuild mode.
The Nuggets have.
Denver,
the Nuggets are the Nuggets.
It's Denver, the Clippers, and Portland.
I'm not
biggest threats.
I'm not impressed by Denver.
No, the Nuggets are the Nuggets.
I'm not impressed by Denver because Denver's teams like Atlanta we seen years ago, they're gonna do great in the regular season, and they might give you a 7-game series in the postseason.
They have Spice, but they have no Malone.
Yeah, they're not going nowhere.
I hear that. Let's talk about the Clippers real quick. Do your cross locker room rivals have a say in what the Lakers do this season?
Not really, and it hurts even more depending on whenever Kawhi get back. And
honestly, I would say like Kawhi has to leave for them to really do shit, man.
Nah, he ain't leaving.
I know he's not, but I would trust him more with Paul George than him. So. Even though this nigga has chips.
Paul seems to be more comfortable in the scheme of this offense
and
the team than Kawhi does.
Had they never dismantled the team and they just acquired Paul George and had the same team,
kept shit
but they never had Paul George on their radar until Kawhi told them to do it. You know what I mean? That's the reason.
But that's not true. That's not true because right behind Kawhi, Paul George is an available free agent to be fired from Oklahoma because Oklahoma didn't know what the fuck they were doing to him.
No, remember Paul George had just reeked up in Oklahoma. That was the fuck. He got on stage and told
4 years.
Yeah, he told them he was staying.
No, I understand that, but that's because they were giving him the bag. Of course he took it.
And he would have still been there, but your man Kawhi went there and told him.
But obviously
that, and the Lakers weren't showing him no love, son.
He said that too. He said he would have went to LA had they traded for him. Had they did what the Knicks did for Carmelo, hell yeah, he would be a Laker. But they wanted to treat the situation like y'all said the Knicks did, and he was like, "Fuck that." Since y'all want to wait me out, nah, I'm gonna
him and DeMar DeRozan. Mad at him for going to the Bulls. He should have came to the Knicks, but that's whatever.
That would have been real nice. There's a lot of threads of conversation going on here. All right,
that's sports talk, son.
No, I'm okay with that. I'm not complaining.
Say sports radio, but
I'm not complaining. I just want to keep it all together.
We pit dogging it and we gooning it.
But to keep it on the note, I think the Nets and the Lakers and the chip. I think the Lakers are gonna take the chip in a 7-game series because it is gonna be hard. But like I said, as long as our team is healthy and their team is healthy, I still like our team.
What mid-season move do the Lakers need to make to solidify that championship aspiration?
That's hard. We gotta see how they gel together in the first place.
You gotta see who's out there, though. You gotta see who's out there.
I could tell you 5 players right now because again, they haven't solved their issue, which is backcourt depth. So
But you don't know who's going to be available.
But I'm gonna say
I'm just going by who's available now. That's all I can do.
That's now.
That's all I can.
But that's why I say
that's all we can do.
But that's
so
why I say
like,
chemistry.
that's what I'm asking.
But that's now. That's not mid-season.
But that's
All
why
right, no. Let's fuck it. Let's do the magic wand thing. You wave a magic wand. Who do you
But
get?
that's why I was gonna say chemistry because I don't believe in things like that. Like we say nobody thought nobody was gonna win a chip. The 3-ball being a dominant thing, and the Warriors showed us like you can dominantly shoot.
Other teams showed that.
Their
beforehand.
stars
They
were
didn't have to win
dominantly
to prove
doing that, but their team concept.
Their team
wasn't
won on
that,
defense
though.
and
Their
team
team was
basketball.
passing the rock,
I know that, but when we talk about winning the chip, nobody looks back at defensive highlights.
That's true. You're right.
You get what I'm
Or
saying?
team
They gonna look back
basketball.
who dropped.
I mean, no,
what
they
bucket.
do depending on what team you're talking about.
Casual,
No,
Not the casual guys, not
That's
the
what I'm talking about. It's
casual
more
guys, yeah, not the
casual than it
casual
is
guys.
loyalty.
Even when you talk
gotta
about
remember that.
mainstream, boy, if we go back to the Bulls, son, like if we go to the second three-peat, son, Jordan, Pippen, even
But
D.
that's
Rodman.
because they had one of the best
I'm
players
not
of all
disputing
time.
that.
They
But I'm
were
saying-
established
on the
team.
rest of the team.
But
you know what
not
I'm
even
saying?
them. Just
I'm not disputing that. All I'm saying is when we look back at in sports, in hindsight, a casual fan is going to talk about how many points per game LeBron dropped during that series. They're not going to give a fuck about the steals, the
Yeah,
blocks,
it's
the
easy.
defense, none of that.
unless it's some.
We talk about casuals.
Unless it's noticeable.
Casuals.
Unless it's
Unless you're talking about
casuals.
prime time again. Unless you're talking about like LeBron on the Heat with him and D Wade when
or Tim Duncan.
niggas
and
was
his
still in the
defense,
rock, and
like,
that shit would lead to
you
an
gotta
alley.
be a superstar
But even
for your
casuals
defense
don't
to
remember
matter.
that. They remember the shot that Ray Allen hit. They remember, like, casual fans do not think about the 6 games. They think about the outcome and the most popular plays.
That's
They don't sit
fine.
back
That's
and
fine.
think-
But
that's
even
what I'm
within
saying.
that, that's the finals, and I give you on that.
He's
but-
right.
That's,
No,
I'm just
no. I
saying.
give you credit on that because
You want to know
motherfuckers-
how you want to know what solidifies this? I was on a Twitter thread a month ago, some shit like that, and they brought up 2 guards who can score and defend. Like, who are your niggas who do it? And you have the obvious niggas, Klay Thompson, etc. You know how many times Rip Hamilton was posted? Yes.
None.
By me. Once.
That's what I'm saying.
In a reply thread of over
Alright, first of all, that's
400
two different
something
conversations.
replies.
Number one. So
I'm just,
that
I'm
is-
on.
that
It's
is.
about, but it's about.
That is because
perception.
even the shit he brought up, that's championship shit, and of course, yeah, that's gonna be remembered because people don't pay attention to the championship.
So to your point,
but that's
Well,
not even
people-
just
but people
mainstream.
remember-
That's just
But people remember what Kyrie did. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, of course.
People
That's what I'm
remember-
saying.
That's cool.
People remember performances
That's
like
not
that.
even just mainstream.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm
just
saying.
that's just one focal point.
But without Rip Hamilton's fucking performance,
Listen,
they don't
look,
win
look,
those.
Vince
they don't
Carter
win
in the
that
fucking
title.
dunk contest is mainstream.
That's true, and not even now, honestly, because that was a long ass time ago.
It is well, yeah, but that's what I mean. That's mainstream.
Niggas remember Zach Levine now. That's
people
what that's
watching
about.
championships and mainstream. That's still two different conversations, bro.
Perception is always there.
That's fine. That's fine. But even that can go within the fucking means of the regular season.
I only bring
That don't-
that.
that
I
don't
only
have to
bring
be-
that up because this links to Russell Westbrook and players like that. Russell Westbrook. Let's be real. Like,
Yo,
a great
Kobe
player.
dropping 81. That was nowhere near the fucking playoffs, nor was fucking championship.
he
But
did
that's
it.
mainstream.
You
But he
can't,
did
you
it.
can't let that go nowhere. That's
And he
81.
did that. There's difference
But
there.
look,
Like,
but
he
that's
did
my
that.
point though. But
You know what I'm
listen,
saying?
no. He was dropping 35 well, he was averaging 35. LeBron was dropping
But people,
30. Look, LeBron was dropping 32, and I think AI was dropping.
There's a bunch of niggas that make
31.
buckets off. There's niggas that make buckets off.
Niggas was dropping buckets that season, son.
what's more impressive to you, the 81 or the Klay Thompson 38 and a quarter?
The 81.
And that's
Kobe
why.
was on the way.
And that's why people remember it over the Klay Thompson 38 and a quarter, which to me is way more impressive and harder to do.
Clay.
Well, not even that. What was the other stat? He got like 40 or something right off like 4 dribbles the whole
Yeah.
game. Like he was,
Yeah.
He was just chucking.
he was wild. Yeah, he was wilding. He was
Chucking.
wilding.
Straight
But-
shooting.
But Clay ain't
And I don't want
provocative though. son.
And I don't want to diminish the Kobe 81 because
No.
that shit is incredible. It's
But
incredible.
what do you mean?
And it wasn't an
not for
unimportant
nothing.
regular season game, and this nigga lit these niggas up.
True indeed.
Like, so.
The reality is Clay doesn't do that shit enough. If he did, then it wouldn't be that much of a fucking.
That's why I
average.
brought up that example.
Yeah, but that's not him though.
But it's still fucking amazing. That's an
No, it is,
all-time.
it
That's
is.
an all-time performance.
And you talking about somebody that has 3
Who
chips.
else does that?
Probably several other niggas in like the 60s or 70s.
No, not recently. Like it's always what have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
Like, no one scores like that except Jordan, really.
Considering the team that Clay plays for him to do shit
and
like
Steph
that.
Curry, his teammate, like so I understand how it
nah,
could be overshadowed.
He's dug his own niche.
Yeah,
of course he has.
And again, I'm not trying to diminish anybody by this.
No.
I'm just talking about the performance of it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
no, and again, like, what is mainstream and what's not in regards to what I won't say.
We talked about this the other day.
Yeah.
Everybody blows out the Oscar Robertson all the time about the triple-double season. None of us were alive for that. We couldn't really appreciate it in the way that it should be appreciated.
And nobody talks about the season where she won the shit. And his numbers weren't even that
Which
bad.
matters more
But he was playing with Kareem.
basketball lore.
You know what I mean?
But, you know, when Westbrook threatened it, that's when it mattered. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what?
That's when he mattered. Even though he's an all-time player.
Yeah.
He's one of the 50. Like,
arguably the best player of the 60s.
one of the best forwards to ever play.
Arguably the best.
He's more of a point guard, two guard.
But
the best, probably the best combo guard. Easily the best combo guard.
He was the first combo guard.
The original combo guard.
Yeah, he was.
So, you know what I mean? And if you ask me, when I look back and I thought about something, I think, what's son name? Bill Simmons supposed to end this? He made me think about the triple-double. I respect, honestly, Oscar Robertson's more than Westbrook now of the fact that context is everything. It's easy to score. And certain other things, like even assists. And Oscar Robertson's day, I gave you that ball, you laid it up, I got an assist. I give you the ball now, you pump fake, hit 4 dribbles, lay it up, and you still get an assist. So it's easier for me to pad those assists. So it's not astonishing now to see the nigga get 12 assists. When 6 of them was damn near ISO plays and the nigga scored, but they still gave him an assist.
A quick question for you guys. Should they count hockey assists as assists?
No.
Hockey assists as assists?
Hockey assists, yeah.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
Extra
like,
pass.
No.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Nah, look.
You know what? I used to I'm torn in that one because I feel like
because in hockey they count that.
No, they do.
So
maybe you get like a half.
It's harder to score in hockey.
Half assist.
So you have to count
even half. Yeah, that might be something. But
I feel in plays where it's true, and true, like where it's true to form, like a 3-man weave play. Do. Maybe something like that. But I pass you. You took it past him.
If I give you the rock in regards to an easy score, then that's an assist. If you got to do some extra shit after I give you the rock, that's not an assist. If I give you the rock and boom, the next thing you do is score, that's an assist. I've assisted you in scoring. I didn't give you the rock. You got to do some shit. Then you got to score.
And besides that, hockey just looks prettier.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, it's harder to score in hockey.
Angles, you know.
So that's why it's the hockey assist because, all right, boom. I helped you help the man to score. So because it's a little harder, you know what I'm saying?
And 2-man advantage, like 2-on-1, 2-man advantage.
That's why I say
hockey,
torn,
you know, stuff like that. So, like,
I want him to get credit, but now I don't think
no, you get credit, but it's not on the stat sheet. You know what I'm saying? But
you
the hockey assist, like the assist that leads the assist that leads the score. You know what I'm saying? That's that old school Knicks shit, but
I could watch a whole highlight of those two.
Oh,
those exist.
No, that's why them old school fucking NBA and shit, even the ABA highlights are real.
Especially those.
You saw like at least 3 to 4 fucking passes, and then somebody would get some ill shot of, they would just dunk on a nigga. So.
Or you just see some nigga cutting out of nowhere within the frame view, getting with the mean assist off the angle, like
It was that was usually Dr. J.
Or Elgin Baylor.
Alright, well that's NBA, but yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah. Oh, I mean, if you talking that Dave Thompson.
If we still talking NBA, that's very so. Definitely Clyde.
There's so many of them.
Not Clyde the Glide, but you know, the original Clyde. Shit. Even. Yeah, I mean, several other motherfuckers. There at least needs to be 2 passes.
To go back to your man's. Well, 1 pass counts. They count the 1 pass as the hockey assist.
If you're open.
Yeah, it leads immediately to the score. They count it.
The last team that really did that the best was that the 2014 Spurs.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they just shelled you
with mad passes, and then they That was the last team I really remember. Like they bombed you with the corner threes, son.
Well, and I talk about this a lot off camera, or off mic. How the Spurs really originated.
I'm about to say that.
Like,
the 2014
like
Spurs,
niggas gave it to the seven seconds or less Suns, but it's really the Spurs who really started opening up the threes. Like,
I'm gonna take it better than that. And this is
because it was just one dude, Steve Nash.
Yeah,
it wasn't a system.
It wasn't.
Well, it was a system,
team.
but it wasn't.
But they had, because the Suns' advantage was you had one genius playmaker and like 8 shooters, roughly. Whereas the Spurs is you had 3 playmakers, but the playmakers can also shoot.
Then you had the beard in 2016 when this nigga was leading the league in assists and points.
They also weren't calling the walkies on the step back 3 though.
Well, at that point they weren't going to.
And the Spurs,
they still are not. So
Spurs,
it's fine.
The 2014 Spurs is a perfect example of what I meant by casuals in a memory. Because, like you said, they created that. They fancied it, right? The Warriors came behind them and made it look a little. They had more names you can remember. Casual fans, they know Timmy, but they ain't maybe Kawhi, but they ain't really think about nobody else. So
Danny Green.
I mean, look, their style was much more aesthetically
Patty
pleasing.
Mills.
You know what I'm saying?
They had guys who was just lacing it, and they just don't get the credit for it.
And they was playing beautiful basketball.
That's
that
what I'm
was
saying.
inspiring.
Like, that was the most exciting Spurs basketball you ever see, and they were still boring.
And they led the league. They led the league. And quote me comment section if you give a shit. If I recall, they were leading the league in offense and defense because niggas didn't know what to do against that.
They are boring because everything about their culture is boring, even their jerseys.
Now listen, we have to understand one thing. Had Serge Ibaka not been injured that season, they wouldn't have made it to the finals. Because Serge was the only nigga that had something for Timmy, and
he was cooking.
Now, he was cooking Timmy. I remember that.
And again, boy, that's the only reason, because that's when Memphis beat these dudes in whatever round that was. Shout out to Tony Allen. If I ever get a fucking Grizzlies jersey, son.
It's Tony, not Chandler Parsons,
not Brian Reeves, not Big Country Reeves.
Nah, chill.
Nah.
There's better Grizzlies than him at this point.
Nah, boy.
I get that Rudy Gay.
I was about to say it's the one and only. Either him or OJ.
Juice Man. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm getting either that Rudy Gay.
Y'all not getting the Abdul Rahim?
Nah, not over Juice.
I might get the Mike Miller.
Nah, I'm gonna get the Zebo.
Nah, I ain't gonna fry. I seen a nigga crushing the Greg Anthony. I was like, nah. Nigga had the Greg Anthony though.
That's devotion.
Nah.
I was like, Greg Anthony?
Nah, it's like seeing somebody in a Valanciunas jersey right now, son. Grizzlies Valanciunas jersey.
Wait, what team is he on?
They traded him to
the Pelicans,
yeah.
Right?
Which is dumb because
they
picked up Steven Adams after that.
They sent Steven Adams back to OKC, right?
Yeah, no, they sent Steven Adams to the Grizzlies.
Oh, the Grizz?
Yeah. That's real nice. That's real nice. They're trying to be a tough team now.
Yeah.
Nah, because they get buckets.
Valanciunas should have stayed, and I understand why they dealt him.
But
he was getting busy.
But I would have kept him, and I would have got somebody else to fit that mold of whatever.
But they got Steven Adams, so I mean,
it makes sense.
3J and Steven Adams, that's deadly. If they really make it happen with them.
Nah, because again, you don't have to give Steve. You don't have to give him the rock.
3J doesn't have to shoot. Like, it's more of it's pick your poison because Steven Adams can hit 15 feet or more.
I was saying,
and he's a good passer.
And he could do for the Grizzlies what AD needs somebody to do for him. As far as he could get Jaren Jackson out there stretching the floor.
Exactly.
And he could absorb all the muscle, the hits and everything.
And be in the paint and fill the lane.
You have a much more stern center. Yeah, I get it.
So to go back to the Lakers before we really kind of drift off into miscellaneous shit because we're coming up on Cinderella time.
Well, I mean, we drift anyway.
Nah, I'm not complaining.
I mean, we the drifters. I wish I had some sort of.
This is where we put
bar
Elias.
From the drifters, but I'm not that old.
This is where we put Elias in, but what moves? Again, using the magic wand here because I'm not gonna go.
Sorry, that's why I got cut off.
No.
That's why I would have tried.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say before I would have strayed, I can't make an answer to that now because the way I do see things is like I said, I don't see one set way of doing it, right? So, like you said, we need 2 guards. We need backcourt production.
Guards,
We need guard production.
Yeah.
But if I see us working in a man where it's like, oh shit, Braun, Westbrook, and Rondo handling the Rockets doing it well, and we're excelling so much better at this that's not.
That's delusional. You know that.
Not because I've seen teams win with holes. You know what I'm saying?
They're too old for that, all 3 of those guys.
I can't say that because to me 35, 36, 37 ain't what it was to me.
I'm not saying that they're decrepit. What I'm telling you is that you need niggas to fill the cracks. Those guys are the spark plugs for the offense. If they are off,
Spark plugs for the team.
Or if they're drained, you lose. That's it.
That is
because
why
he can't do it by himself. He's not a creator.
Yeah.
He needs to be set up. That's how he wins.
But again,
So,
that's why I said we got 3 creators. If we could get it,
But if all 3 creators were over 30, by the way, like they tired.
No,
what
you
are
have
you
2
gonna
creators
do?
and an energy man. So.
I mean,
Especially one
he's not a
creator
point
who has a
guard.
high ass usage rate. And again, I'm
But
not discounting it. I'm just saying that
it is because whether you got me the ball, I get what you're saying.
You know, like,
but if you dominate for 14 seconds of the clock and you still shoot, I mean, you still find a way to pass it off. You still create it. It's not the traditional sense, but you create it because you could have just shot that bitch yourself. But you created it, so you still did something. So
unless you clanked him.
No, you created something for yourself.
Not unless you clanked and they didn't foul you, then you were wasted a possession.
Yeah.
And that's not good.
So
But look, son. Honestly, look. I'm gonna ask you this question after I say this. For y'all to really be wavy, son, Westbrook has to be y'all leading scorer, son. He has to be. But listen. To go
or
off
finally the off 2 guard that he was meant to be.
He has to play that regardless.
Yeah.
What? How much did he average last year? I would even think he averaged more than Braun last year.
No,
So
he was
on
like 20,
that
20,
team,
like 22, 23.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying. On a team
23,
that probably needed
like
more
10
of his scoring.
He's
So
still
I
averaging triple-double.
He still averaged.
Yeah, that's a fact. But that's what I'm saying. I don't see that out of Westbrook at this point in his career to be that. So
he doesn't need to do that to be effective.
That's what I'm saying.
But
So
again,
him leading the team.
But again, that's why I'm talking about him just being y'all leading scorer just because.
If he's the tip of the spear, they are effective.
He needs to set the tone. That's why I'm talking about him being the leading scorer.
You need to.
And then we let Braun
he
figure
needs to
shit
put
out.
the fear in them.
Yeah, Braun figure shit out. Braun is the Hall of Fame playmaker.
Exactly.
But Braun
so
is
why
also.
would he be?
But
Braun
Braun is also the dude who has the highest usage rate on the team. Therefore, if he's
that's
the
why
primary
Westbrook
guard,
alleviates some of that.
Yeah,
a lot of that. Westbrook.
So I'm talking about
Rondo.
the energy
exactly.
shit.
Yeah.
Braun can
LeBron
sit
doesn't
back
have to score.
and be the mastermind, and Russ can finally do what he does, which is buckets, straight energy.
Listen, look.
If anything, I want LeBron to take some of that energy because, like, you bringing up a valid point, and he's admitted it over the years. A lot of that energy that he's devoting to other shit took away from his defensive side.
He's still missing Kyrie.
Yeah. I mean, if you got somebody, you could get it right. Yo, give me 50. I mean,
Westbrook ain't going. He's not going to give you the efficient 50, but
no,
Westbrook will at least give you that energy. Again, it's just like a good to like mid-level running back. So you hand the rock off, let them pound on that defense.
I think you just helped me. The word you used, the biggest flaw or anything. If I got any worries with the Lakers, is in those situations where he's not giving you an efficient 30 or efficient 40, and it's looking like he might shoot us out of the game.
That's why
LeBron level head him.
LeBron
and bring him back. You know what I mean?
And Rondo.
Yeah, but
and there are others because those guys, as you mentioned, they'll show up always. They're professional. They're veterans.
They have their others, but
so like,
I'm just gonna say this. I think prime Westbrook had case would still overshadow all that productive behind him. If he
not,
get him,
but it's been proven that you can fluster that man.
That's what I'm saying.
You can't fluster 4 dudes and Westbrook. That is what I'm more concerned with. You know what I'm saying?
A Westbrook team does get flustered though.
That's what I'm
But
kinda,
as
that's what
Now,
I'm saying.
we
But
haven't
that's what I'm
seen that.
saying.
We haven't seen that.
But as Scram said, the Wizards were respectable after they were garbage at the beginning of the year last year, and then they
that's
became.
because
They
Bradley
figured it
Beal
out.
wants to win.
But they figured it out. Is the point?
Because
Russ-
Bradley Beal wants to win.
and he's a good player. But they could have
That man
easily
wants
have
to.
bristled in the way that John Wall and he bristled together before injuries.
And
all
John
that.
Wall had dealt with.
That's what
Bradley
I'm
Beal
saying.
had dealt with John Wall.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is that you had two elite players together. They didn't get along. They didn't make it happen. You have two
Bad
other elite-
coaching.
and GM and
And it's a
Ernie
whole
Grant.
bad vibe out
Grant,
there.
they have a lot to answer for. The point is that Russell Westbrook, who is regarded as one of the most selfish players in NBA history, which is unfair.
But
for
he
him,
wants to win,
honestly. He wants to win. He has the passion. Like
I don't think he's
Yeah, but-
selfish. I think he's selfish
I'm
at
just,
the
I'm
wrong
just,
moments.
I'm just talking
Nah,
about.
he has that Kobe curse.
I'm just talking about what people say about
Oh,
him.
excuse me, that Jordan curse.
You know what I'm
'cause
saying? So
But we're not people. When we say people, I see mostly the media and stuff say that. When you look at a lot of players he's played with, they like playing with Westbrook.
That is
They-
true.
they
That
have
is true.
problems.
But whenever he's a free agent, niggas don't jockey.
and
for
whenever
it.
whenever Russell Westbrook shoots you out of the game, they ain't saying
And that's
all that
my
then, are they?
and that's my point
Like-
is that I think he's unselfish to the point where he could build those relationships with them, but he's selfish enough at the wrong moments where they realize that's a liability.
I
He ain't
agree.
gonna deal with that. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. Which again, to the Bandit's earlier point, I think he should have stayed on the Wizards. But I understand that he knows that his window is closing, so of course he's gonna go to a contender,
I think he should
especially
stay
a
to OKC.
contender that can use his skill set.
Yeah.
And they could definitely use his skill set for sure. Especially if Russell Westbrook remembers that he used to have a mid-range jumper 2 or 3 years ago, then he's the deadliest player in the league, basically. So.
But
I don't think that Russell Westbrook is going to show up, but any version of Russell Westbrook is enough for them to be good. But to win the chip is going to be a challenge because that man
Westbrook
does not know how to
averaging
play
18.
team basketball.
If he
Despite
averages
the
18
triple-double,
point
it's
triple
fool's
double,
gold.
something,
You know what I'm saying? Like, this nigga needs to realize either I'm going to be the god of scoring, which he could totally be, or
if we had
I'm going to be this consummate off-guard, tempo guard that makes sure that the team stays even so that we all get the efficiency that we
son,
get.
he's going to.
Like-
He should be the hot sauce on the fish sandwich, son.
if everything
Yeah.
was
Son, the
right,
fish sandwich is there.
Absolutely, because if he
It's
plays
there with
if
AD
he,
and Braun, boy. The fish sandwich is there.
even beyond those guys,
This
if-
nigga's
if
the hot.
he-
He's the devil. Son.
If
He's the red devil.
If THT and all these other players, I don't want to say lesser players, that's unfair. If the others, like Charles Barkley is always saying, see that this man who is regarded as washed or unstable or inconsistent, to be nice about it, if they see him getting busy, the rest of the team will get busy, for sure. Like, I give the Lakers that confidence because, again, they won a chip with a team that really, honestly, had no business winning a fucking championship. Dead ass.
Hating on them,
But they played the defense that is required to win a fucking championship.
Son Braun.
That's all I'm saying. And so therefore they
How did
won the
LeBron?
championship, didn't they? Against
LeBron,
the team.
LeBron is
Against
the
the
bread,
team.
son.
Against Jimmy Butler, who was over here.
That shit, nah,
fucking-
LeBron is the grease that you fry the fish in.
Could you imagine like you being in Jimmy Butler
AD
position?
may be the chips and
That
French
you
fries.
play 40+ minutes a game, like it's not necessarily on you that you win this title, but you gotta show up. And this man is at the podium being like, after they whooped you, by not that much either, they whooped you though. You gotta get up from the podium and you can't feel your whole body. Like
Y'all are kind of looking like the Spurs from '99.
you gotta walk back to the hotel room like crying basically because you're hurt and you lost. Like
I wouldn't even say the Spurs are not knocking.
Nah, just a little. All right, let's say the 03 Spurs. Then. A little bit more talented, but y'all have to squeeze people defensively.
So exactly. So in my verdict, the Lakers could do it. Like you said, they could. But if they match up against the wrong team in the postseason, they're gonna get smoked for sure. Like
I don't know who's the wrong team. Like,
A
I like
young-
how
there's
a
at
young-
least
a young
three.
team
There's at
that
least
knows what
three of
they're
them,
doing.
son. A young
we say
team that can
every
outscore
year,
them.
And unless it's a young team with generational talent,
They have
It
those.
doesn't-
Some of those
There's
exist
a
now.
couple of those.
who y'all consider
The
generational
Clippers, the
talent?
Blazers, and the Nuggets.
Generational talent? A new generational talent. I'm talking about.
When I think of
young-
generational talent, I think
Yeah,
of,
y'all don't want to see the Nuggets.
I'm thinking of dudes who have seen these guys
healthy
before.
Nuggets? Y'all
That's
don't
what
see-
I think of generational talent. Because again, we're in a league now that the young boys have taken over. A lot of the legends are gone.
Everybody can't be generational talent. That's the point.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that either. All I'm saying is
the
that
Joker.
I'm saying, boom. My point.
And Jamal Murray.
No, my point.
Worthy,
No. My point is a young team like OKC team that went to the finals. You had KD, a Westbrook, a Harden. Serge was still.
That was a generational big three that they fucked up.
That's what I'm saying. Unless you find a team with a core that, they not like a young team is not locking out experience.
But hold on. You know what made OKC super effective besides the superstar talent? Defense and free throw shooting. They play team basketball. That's what made them dangerous because you couldn't foul them.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
And their 6-man was a fucking superstar.
And that's a formula that always does it go hand in hand. A young team like that who can play defense, whose mind stays like that.
The Nuggets can do that. The Nuggets have done that.
Honestly, right now, that's the Grizzlies right now.
The Grizzlies too. Once they find their footing,
that's the Grizzlies.
All right, Ja Morant, maybe BJ. Who's the third one?
Light-skinned nigga from Canada.
And Slow-Mo.
Brooks,
Slow-Mo.
He's not. That's what these are players. That's cool, but what are they? I don't know.
They make a difference, bro.
They make a difference.
And they have been shown in postseason scenario to make a difference.
What I'm saying, when I'm saying teams like that OKC team or that Magic team with Shaq and Penny, who are these
the Lakers
players
do not want to see the Clippers in a Subway Series. They don't.
Why? The Clippers, they'll even get over there. The Clippers are Cheddar Bob of the NBA. They can't get past their own self shooting.
However, they have 2 top 5 players on the team, and they play defense.
And they still shoot their self.
And they have
not 2 top 5 players.
I'm trying to be nice in this one. So, and realistic.
1 top 5 player. Maybe 1 top 15.
The point is you have to respect them. There are teams in your
just
even in your
them.
division that you have to respect.
And they still keep blowing their own self up. Like
I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying that it's not gonna be a cakewalk. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not saying it's gonna be a cakewalk, but every year, I mean, we see situations where certain teams like that, and we worry about them in a series, and it's like that seasoned and veteran squad, that talent.
Y'all don't want to see the Nuggets. Y'all don't.
I don't see the Nuggets like.
Y'all want to see the Nuggets at full health. You definitely.
I still take Lakers over them because Nuggets mentally.
Because again, the goal is the championship, right? Just like you said. Let's say you see the Nuggets and you have the dog series of dog series.
That's me. That's me taking me.
The Nuggets don't have it mentally, man.
That's what I'm saying. They're not there yet.
I'm with you guys. What I'm telling you is that the point is chip, right?
Yeah.
You run into that roadblock along the way, that speed bump, and you don't have the gas to win the title. And that's just as bad as running to the people who eliminated you in the Western Conference.
That's what happened last year with the Suns.
Right?
That's what happened.
That's why I bring that up.
But
the Suns are a team that should have never made it to the chip had it not been.
That is not true. That is not true.
If CP doesn't catch COVID, boy, they blow.
They was cooking. They was cooking.
They was
super cooking.
And if Devin Booker don't get his nose broken, boy, they blow through the fucking.
If the Clippers was full strength and they met up with the Clippers last year, I don't see them beating the Clippers.
No,
that's not true. They beat the Clippers.
I don't see them beating.
They beat the Clippers because the Clippers don't have the depth to deal with the depth that the Suns have, or had, last year.
So y'all think the Suns gonna get back to the chip? Y'all think they're gonna be a top 3 team in the West again this year?
Yes.
They're gonna go back to the chip
this season?
Yes, then no. Yes, then no. That's what I think.
For me, no. They
are a top team though. There's no way.
They're top 4 or 5.
That's what I'm saying. A top 3.
Because they didn't make the right moves to become better.
They didn't advance in any way. That's.
But listen, look. If they're a 5 seed, they're a scary 5 seed.
You don't want to see them either. Is what I'm
saying. Even if they're 4
if the Lakers was more healthier last year,
why would you want to see a team that scores better than you in clutch situations that has more depth than you?
Because if that is the case and we trying to win a chip, I want to get all my hurdles and my obstacles out the way.
That's what I'm saying. You don't want to see them in the Western Conference Finals.
The Lakers had a weird squad last year.
That's what I'm saying. If we had a better squad,
this year it's going to be a little bit more defined.
You give Braun and AD a better cast than they had last year. Them niggas is not getting past them.
I'm going with what we have now. Lineups are now. What
As
it is
of right now, they not beating the Lakers now.
Dwight against Deontay.
Yes, they are.
They not.
Yes, they are.
How?
Unless CP's down, they win. They
Who
have
are they
the,
three
listen.
superstars that's gonna offset AD?
It's all
it's
about-
not.
the
It's not about star power. They score in a
No,
way.
it is. It
It
is.
is. When you get to that point,
If look,
it
if
is.
DA,
That's why
if
I'm
DA
thinking,
does
I'm
not,
thinking more about players like Cam Johnson and Cameron Payne. Who
They're not
are
there
way
yet.
That's
more
fine,
effective
look,
They
against
cool,
that.
but they not.
If
They
they-
not.
if they
Who's
take-
not on the
if they
AD
go to
level?
the
Alex
next level.
Caruso is gone. All your defenders are gone. What do they do against that level of firepower?
For one,
At all.
I'm gonna say this about the
AD
Lakers.
can't defend
when,
everybody.
when people say this about the Lakers defense, the Lakers I think are a team
they
that-
have a better defense this year anyway.
that, and I think if you
I'm
put them
not
in a
saying that the
system that can
defense
hide
is
some
bad.
deficiencies, they'll be serviceable.
How do they
So-
defend all those threes? They don't have the players for it. They
yes,
don't.
Yes, they do now. They do.
KCP's
No.
gone. Who else is there?
They have.
Alex
dudes.
Caruso's gone.
They
Who else
do.
is
They
there?
have
They
dudes,
got
man.
some
They have
dudes
dudes.
who can move around
Yeah,
laterally
like
on that
them.
floor. They
They
got
have
length.
dudes.
Their length. If you put them in the zone and they length and lateral
But that cuts
movement
into your
alone,
usage rate problem, right? You need AD to be effective on both ends of the floor. If this man is committing hard, and he needs to, on the defensive end, he's not going to be as good on the offensive end.
That's cool, but that
It's not
goes
gonna
both
happen.
ways with the Suns, bro. Because then the usage rates goes with the Suns and them overusing.
Well, that's why I mentioned CP being down and
CP
being
changed
down.
No,
some
not
Westbrook
even
around all
them. The
games,
dudes you
like,
just named.
stuff like that.
Because the Suns don't have depth.
But the Lakers don't have the defense to cover all those positions.
Neither do
at
the
once.
Suns. The Suns don't have the depth to handle these
All right,
niggas.
so-
and I'm going with the Hall of Fame talent over that. That's all I'm saying.
and the
Okay.
dudes that won the chip over them and
Okay, that's
The
fine.
niggas, you know.
I just I
the
think this
Suns. The
is-
Suns have not gotten better, son.
I agree with you. They didn't make any moves to shore up any problems they had. They didn't.
No.
They
Because
did.
they flat
So,
in that organization, I don't think they see themselves going for that. Last year they was flabbergasted.
See, that's
No, I think-
bullshit. That's
I-
bullshit.
That's
we talk about
bullshit because
CP.
that's not the talk that's coming
bullshit,
out of there. The
son.
talk that's
I'm not
coming
talking
out
about
of there.
CP3.
I'm saying that's bullshit
I'm talking
because
about
of
the talk
him.
that's
son.
coming out of there, period. Like, again, these are guys who could have made moves for Buddy Hield and guys like that who made the team better, for
But
sure.
they didn't.
But they didn't.
They
so,
didn't.
but that's my point.
That's
Yeah, and
what
I don't
So,
see the
like,
Kings
you know,
trading him to the Suns. Son.
The Kings
Yeah,
are trying to get rid of Buddy for whatever reason.
But I don't see
So,
them trading him
They would if
anywhere
their deal is
outside
good
like
enough.
the East.
They
No,
would if
no,
the deal is good enough.
not in the West.
If they get 2 for
Not
1,
in the
they
West.
definitely would.
Not
No,
in
they-
the West.
no, they-
Not in the
no, they
West.
think about sending them to the
How, the
Pelicans.
Kings aren't even contenders, so
They just
why
couldn't.
wouldn't you
They
make that
couldn't
deal?
come
Not
out
in
with the
the
package.
West.
They was trying to send them
Not
for
in
Josh
the
Hart.
West.
They just. I don't know who it was on whoever end, but they couldn't get a package right enough. But they trying to send to the package.
3
around
different
Josh
teams
Hart
wanted
and
Buddy
send them to
Hield, and
Hield.
they didn't make that deal, which is crazy. Like,
They probably trying to hold out. Like,
no,
what
they
more
think
can
they
we
can
get?
get max value for
That's
Buddy
what I'm
Hield.
saying. They holding out,
Which
trying
is
to see what more they
stupid.
can get.
So-
What more can I get for Buddy?
Let's not dig too much in that. All I'm saying is that the Suns are not bums, is all I'm saying, right?
Nah, they
So,
not
like,
bums.
By no
But
means.
They don't want to see.
They're still just
the
trying
Lakers
to
don't want to
figure
see
shit
them. So.
No.
Like, they have enough youth and enough.
they'll push
firepower
us to
beat
6 or
them.
7, but I don't think they're gonna beat us.
The Lakers do want to see them because they
Yeah.
can pound them out in the way that the fucking Bucks pounded them out, son. And they have not figured that out yet. So yeah, the Lakers definitely want to see them.
Which player has the energy to be able to do that on the offensive and defensive?
I like
offensive
Russell.
end?
I like Russell Westbrook tiring down.
Dwight
Chris
Howard
Paul.
alone will create all types of fucking problems for DA.
He's not an offensive player.
It does not matter.
You just need a body.
It does
on him.
not matter in a
Well, right now-
7-game
and
series.
again, this is
Body on
not
him.
this is not the opinion I have. I'm just trying to bring up. You
DA
know,
does not know how to deal with Dwight
the
Howard
matchup,
right now.
right?
son.
You know,
We
so,
still got to bite like DeAndre Jordan if we would have. Yeah, just throw him. Just go out there, catch 2 fouls real quick. Just rough him up,
Deontay is
son.
still
Like,
too
you know what
young,
I'm
and he
saying?
does not know how to deal with a legitimate center who knows how to muscle his
That's
ass.
what I'm saying. So we got.
So yeah, there's a lot of centers that want to deal with him right now. When he gets nice, no.
Because
But
he
right now,
disappeared when Giannis started pinning that body.
exactly,
on him.
bro.
Disappeared when Giannis started pinning. When
Well,
Giannis
also,
started
That was Monte's fault. That was Monte's fault. But
Yeah, it was.
Well, they also did what the Nuggets and other teams did, which is I'm going to double team you to force you to pass out because you get scared, and that's what he did.
or I'm just gonna put you against somebody that you really can't defend because you're too young.
Yeah.
You're not gonna.
He ain't-
Your moves won't matter.
Yeah.
So like, that's why I give the Suns more confidence than, excuse me, a lot of other people are.
Oh, yeah, in the future, but again, their team hasn't.
But that's why I'm going with a team like the
Their team
Lakers
isn't
over
any
them.
better than it was last year. So
Like you
With the
watch
Bucks,
that man
the
get
Bucks-
raped.
ever since we've been talking about the Bucks, they've progressively gotten better every year until they got this chip. Now again, Kevin Durant being an alien, having
So have the Sixers. What is the difference?
getting rid of fucking Ben Simmons.
That hasn't happened yet. So what is the difference?
Well, he said he's not reporting, so it's gonna happen.
That doesn't matter. What is the difference right now on paper between the two rosters? Because a lot of people, the only reason I ask you this question is because a lot of people have said if Sun makes the shot in their playoff game, the Sixers are the ones who want to face Toronto and then inevitably the NBA Finals.
No, if Kawhi doesn't make the shot.
If Kawhi doesn't make the shot, against Embiid.
Embiid and Ben Simmons.
And Ben Simmons. And
after Jimmy had made the fucking go.
Had that made the go ahead.
No, it wasn't the go ahead. It was the tie up. But
basically, the go ahead. Because they were trying to go to overtime. And they knew they would beat them overtime.
After that,
Jimmy, and I think JJ.
And JJ hit the go ahead 3 like
he made like the bucket. I think right before this nigga. But
shout out to JJ. See, I might call this JJ Redick at the end of the world. You know, niggas shitted on JJ.
No. If it's JJ, it has to be.
He made a nice career for himself. He's just not a champion.
If it's JJ, it has to be Dynamite. That didn't work.
I guess. I'll do it. That's fine with me.
Oh, I mean, because if we talking JJ, it was his.
So again, the question I posed: if that shot doesn't go down, do the Sixers win the title?
No.
Or at least go to the title.
Maybe, but no, they'll win the title because Ben Simmons showed what he did in the playoff stage. Imagine him doing that on the final stage. Imagine him in the finals being so nervous to take a wide open layup out of fear getting fouled, you're going to go to the line. He folded in that pressure. He's going to fold in the finals. So he would have folded.
But you know what? They had the right team the way he wouldn't have been in that position.
They also had Jimmy Buckets on the team.
Jimmy would have made sure he was not in that position. Do they win the chip?
But then he still goes away because one of the reasons Jimmy left was your man Ben Simmons was disgruntled.
Jimmy honestly, look, I don't
the main
think
reason Jimmy left is because management didn't like him.
No. But I'm saying, because Ben put that out there though. Ben was disgruntled that playoffs. After I think when they took on who was it, the Nets or the Magic's won them, whoever they took on early in the playoffs that year.
2019.
Yeah, from that point on.
That was I think that was the Nets.
Yeah, from that point on, Ben was mad that Jimmy was controlling the ball, especially in the fourth quarter, more than him.
Even though they were in it.
So that's what I'm saying.
And he was averaging 8 to 10 points a
game
in the fourth quarter.
He's an ego.
To me, the Sixers don't beat the Raptors that year. They beat the Bucks. No.
I agree with you. They don't beat the Raptors that year because the Raptors.
Actually, no, that was against the Raptors. So if he don't make that shot, they do beat the Raptors.
It's the Bucks, right?
That's the Bucks.
Actually,
it's the Bucks they face in the conference finals.
So they probably do beat the Bucks.
So they might beat the Bucks in the conference. They might. Not definite, but they might.
They might.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't think they beat the Warriors.
No, they might because, again, the 76ers, who were a great defensive team that year, they just figure out how to do the box and one just like the Raptors did. So it's not.
Shit, but man,
they weren't as good.
If Ben folded like he folded,
but the coach isn't a bum. That's not a dumb.
He's not.
That's not a play.
I think Draymond would have got.
There was so many egos on that team.
I think Draymond.
But that team is excellent defensively. That's why I bring it up. So like.
They were, but there was so many egos that didn't know how to win.
And Ben proving that his ego still hasn't changed. Boy, he's in the middle orders and he's still proving to niggas that he's still blaming everybody else but himself on what he's going through right now.
I don't agree with that.
That he's blaming everybody else?
But himself, I don't agree with that.
He's had comments and stuff out there. He could have went against that if it wasn't true. He got his comments and stuff flown out there. How unhappy he was, how certain shit got handled, and it's like,
So isn't it up to the work? I'm just devil's advocating here, right? Isn't it up to the organization to keep your superstar? Niggas call him a superstar. I don't think he is personally.
When niggas doing,
given how he's acted, especially.
I mean, he is, but he's not the process though.
Exactly. So. All that aside, I'm trying to just kind of take, because we have the gift of hindsight, right? We're in the future. So, what would you have done? I guess this is a nice segue into Ben Simmons, because I wanted to bring him up, because you brought the trades up and all this stuff.
But I had traded him?
Do you trade Simmons and keep Markelle Fultz?
Do you trade Simmons, or do you keep Markelle Fultz? What do you...
because you have to keep... What do you do?
What do you do?
Simmons, you have
what
to.
Is your process? Because you're our guest, right? What do you do in the process to have that team...
They stuck with our situation. They still stuck with our situation. That was our situation. Whether they knew it at the time, you have 2 point guards who are essentially no good when it counts because mental things was their roadblocks.
Right.
You talking about Fultz?
Yes.
Yeah, because he flourishing more in
But
Orlando.
but
he ain't who he thought he might
that's
have
fine,
been,
though,
but he's come a long way.
You talk
He
about the
could've been
mental
Philly.
shit, you have to blame Philly for that with him, son.
You
because
do.
they forced him
They did that to him.
They forced him to try to change his
But
game.
but hold on, no, let him.
Whether
give his
I want to
answer
blame him or
because-
not, I dig it. But whether I blame him
Right.
or not, they're still mentally damaged.
While at the same time, they could have drafted both Lonzo or Jason Tatum
And saved himself picks and stuff in the process too. I mean, hindsight 2020. So
Hindsight
you
2020.
passed that
That's
shit. You
that's
blew that
not
up.
that's not
You
right.
fucked
That's
it
not
up.
fair.
Yeah, you
So,
fucked it up
like,
already. So you got to live what you got. And what they had was
which is
two
why I
point
would have
guards.
kept Fultz. Fuck it.
Me
No,
too.
I would have traded him only because it sound good, but like you say, they fucked him up. You wasn't saving that man. A new situation was the only thing that was gonna save that man, and he got it in Orlando.
I don't agree with that.
And
No,
Ben
I,
Simmons fucked the perception up of anybody
He-
else they drafted number one overall.
I'm about to say Marco Fultz was another one whose can't let it be known. They want, for the betterment of their player, they want him to leave. It's
I
no coincidence.
understood that, especially since they didn't. Philly didn't have much sympathy for the motorcycle accident.
Nothing. So
Which is fucked up. Why would you want to play for an organization who sees you as basically you have to deal with that?
But he was the perfect. He would have been the glue for that. He would have been the reason that you keep that big three
again.
together.
If it's me, I'm keeping him because
I'm keeping all three of them.
You know why it doesn't matter? Because you have a guard who is still at least serviceable on both ends of the floor,
And
which
you're
is
talking
rare.
about-
in the
but
league.
you're keeping
So, like,
Ben Simmons is.
what are the
I don't know,
moves
man.
that they make
Ben
afterwards,
Simmons would have always
guard-wise,
been
that
the
make
point guard,
sense?
son.
It don't
Besides
matter,
JJ
but
Redick-
the
besides
fact that
JJ
he's a
Redick,
cancer,
like-
the fact that he's proven now that he's a cancer to the locker room. I don't care if I'm getting back.
But if
You're
the
never
team is
gonna get
against
back
you, that
equal.
doesn't make you a cancer. Does it?
Don't matter. You're a cancer now. No matter what caused you to become a cancer. You're a cancer.
Considering his perception.
All right, that's fair. But,
No.
but what do you do with that? Like, after
You're not going to get equal value, so you just accept that. Just get him off with the best package you
But
can
yo,
get in
look.
return.
Considering his perception coming out of college, which was that he was somebody that he didn't have a motor, he at times doesn't give a fuck.
And that's still the feedback you're getting about him to this day. That's my point. So what
again,
were you
like,
gonna
yeah,
do
I'm
with him?
saying,
He's
like-
bad work. Get rid of that man.
But you yourself just said, and I've said this myself off camera, that he has flourished in Orlando.
No,
Because-
Markel Fultz, yeah. Ben Simmons, no. He's bad work around.
But again,
That's why niggas is fronting on that
team,
trade.
But that team, but that team has also proven that when they poison the well against you,
But he's already poisoned. His mentality was like you said, coming back from then.
but
We already look.
But hold on, his only knock against him.
and he's poisoned by that
Yeah,
That
but
meat
yeah,
pie,
yeah.
those gypsy
He
heats.
definitely been in that special K.
Yeah, that
He's
special
been in that
K.
special K. He's been in that special K. That's a
Special
fact.
K at the end of the
But
world.
That's what I'm
That might
saying.
be-
You got too many negatives against him, bro. You gotta get rid of him.
Nah, I don't like that.
Gotta
You know
get
why?
rid of him.
He's not Chris Humphries when he was poisoned by that special K. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Chris Humphries, that was the best he was gonna ever do.
Yeah, I
He's
mean,
not-
him
he-
fucking with that special K actually gave something to his stock.
He's not.
And being on the Nets when they came to Brooklyn.
He's not Brother Bush when it comes to that special K. You know what
Well,
I'm
no,
saying?
Brother
Like-
Bush understood what it was, and he was
Well,
getting
he
clowned.
escaped. He escaped. But,
And Brother Bush is a fucking champion.
But he
True indeed. True indeed. That's true. None of the other special K niggas are champions that I can think of. Off the top of my head.
Lamar Odom.
He was a champion before that. He was a champion before
No,
that.
no, during.
Before that.
No, during. That
man.
first chip, he was.
I understand that. What I'm telling you is that the drive that brought that man to that title was pre fucking special K curse.
Ben is he is who he is regardless if he's in the Sixers. If you put him in a Bulls uniform, you just put him in another organization and place blame on.
But he's fucking fantastic on that squad. That was a bad example.
No. I'm saying yeah, but when things go wrong, he's not gonna accept none of that.
Things aren't gonna go wrong in that organization.
Things are always gonna go wrong. Even for the best of the best, things have went wrong.
But he's only been on one team, so how can you say that?
Because in the NBA in general, you're going to go through wrong. You're going to go through your flaws. You're going to go through your hardship. You're going to go. Not everybody's going to have a Tim Duncan career, and
No.
you won 50 games for your whole career essentially.
And he still had his
that.
hardship. He lost.
Yeah, he still has stuff.
Yeah, like
So that's what I'm saying. You're going to go through it regardless. This is part of the game.
The only way you say.
So then I would argue that is the organization's fault for not preparing a young man who is still under 25.
That's now you're becoming Ben Simmons. You can't keep him blame. At some point, you got to own up and say, "Damn, bro."
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Again, as you said.
Once he got that max.
You said, come on. He got the extension, but also, as you said in the Lake Show at the End of the World, if I recall correctly, man's quit on his teams.
Yes.
That is a sin. Like, especially if you are the playmaker of this team.
I'm gonna say he
on
put on his.
team.
I'm gonna say even deeper. He put on himself, bro. Like
and that's why I brought up Markelle Fultz. So Markelle Fultz is flourishing in Orlando because you don't have Orlando in his head being like, you can't shoot, you're a fucking bum.
yo got Orlando.
And they're Orlando.
Yeah.
I'm disregarding that right now. You're free to feel like you can play basketball again.
So you gotta worry about all that mental shit is away. You're free to exactly.
That means you were the player that you were always meant to be, which means Philly ain't shit for the shit that they did to that young man.
Wait. Is he the new? Is he the new Skip?
Markelle?
He might be better because they fronted on Skip anyway after his resurgence, which is fucked up. And we can talk about that at length at another time, but the youngins don't want to hear about shit that's like over 15 years old already. So they
don't want to hear about that.
They don't because it's not given to them on the right platter.
Yeah,
they ain't ready for the Brazilian steakhouse.
They ain't trying to hear about.
But then you want me to fucking cook this whole platter of fucking Rockets lore for these guys and street ball lore and shit. I gotta fucking research.
Yeah, no.
You're killing me right now.
That's the garlic.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that boy, that's the garlic steak.
You know what? You're wrong for that because that shit was fucking delicious. I feel like I've been grilling you, Scrams. Do you have a question for us that you feel like that we have not explored or talked to, or do you think we've been unfair to you in any way in this interrogation that we've been
Even
going
if
through
we
now?
have, bro, this is the fucking pit.
Nah, you're an honorary guest. You're basically the third member of the team. You've been on more episodes than everybody at this point right now. So
I don't got anything. Like I'm gonna say I
you're
got
a correspondent. You know what I'm saying? Like
the correspondent.
You're the correspondent.
But nah, I mean, shit. All the grilling and stuff was welcome. I don't have any questions pertaining to that, but I do have a random question I thought about the other night as I was smoking a blunt.
Best questions.
Either that or when you on the tour.
Yeah, too. I thought to myself, yo, Ray Allen wore number 34 in the Bucks. Giannis wears number 34 in the Bucks. Prior to Giannis winning the strip, I would have thought, I'm wondering if you retired, whose name would you retire under?
Giannis.
I was gonna say that,
Giannis.
but my next question was, do you think the chip he won solidified that?
No, I would have said that before that.
You still think so before?
Because as great as Jesus Shuttlesworth was, he was never as dominant as this man is. He was never ever considered the best player in the league.
Not even a top 10 player, which is unfortunate.
No, he was in his Seattle years.
But again, as you mentioned earlier,
from like 2000 up until he got traded to Seattle.
But as you mentioned earlier in the cast, shooters were not getting their due.
But that's what people forget. Ray was just
that's
a
what
shooter.
He was on his overall game shit.
Ray wasn't just a shooter. That's the point. That's what he was. Go back and look at them highlights. He's sexing niggas. He dunking on niggas. He's passing. He creating. He was wilding. He wasn't just who.
Those are my favorite Bucks uniforms. The
one with the whole little
the purple shit. Those are my favorites.
The Michael Reds.
I like those.
The Michael Reds.
I like those. But yeah, so all right, cool.
Speaking of obscure players, man, like that don't get their respect.
Stay tuned for the all obscure team.
Yes, sir. But one more question on that note. Do you think, like you say, he's more dominant, but do you think that Giannis should have been allowed to wear number 34 in the first place? Do you think that by the time Ray Allen did what he did, do you think he had put in enough work in the first place to have his?
Yes, because
the theme with him was he may be the new hotness.
And he was the MVP, but even beyond that.
No, he's talking about. Like,
I'm talking about when
that.
Giannis first came to the league. Do you think he should
When
even
he-
have
like,
the option
Giannis-
to pick number
yeah,
34?
no,
No,
he-
but this is not more about Giannis. This is about Ray's career with the Bucks.
Yes, still.
Did
because
Ray do
if
enough
you
to have his jersey number retired by the
No.
organization?
No.
He did not.
Not in regards to the Buccaneers
No, he
franchise.
got, if he had taken them to the
not
finals
the
in
Bucks,
2000,
Bucks.
when they
we
screwed
know.
them out of that, absolutely. But they didn't. So, this nigga's an Eastern Conference Finals nigga.
Honestly, I would say
So,
his
like-
34 should be retired in fucking Seattle, son.
Yeah,
More than fucking in
where it really
Milwaukee.
mattered. But,
Yeah, but he didn't do nothing out there neither.
No, he did though.
he did, though, because he uplifted the
He-
team
he
in a
took
way.
a-
I'm talking about when you look at it. When year did he get them to the Western Conference Finals?
It's not about what he did in terms
That's
of
my
results.
point.
No, it's not
No,
about results.
and not for nothing, not for nothing.
People remember Seattle because of him. They don't remember because of Rashad Lewis or Sam Perkins.
But
or
How they
Kevin
do? They
Durant
do like that.
or any of those people.
Nah,
You
you
know what I'm
remember
saying?
whatever
Like,
season that was
Luke
when
Rittenauer.
Rashad dropped like 50 in that first game of the first season.
Rashad was bucked his whole day.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
No
Well,
one remembers Rashad Lewis right
they
now.
remember Flip
But they
Murray.
remember Flip Murray and Ray Allen though.
Flip
for
Murray
sure.
gave buckets.
Which is fucked up because Flip Murray was nowhere near
And
the
Chris
player that
Wilcox.
Rashard Evans was. So like, that's not
Chris
the point.
Wilcox.
Nick Collison.
Nick Collison, the penultimate Seattle player. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Vladimir Radmatovich.
Rasho and the steroids.
Roger and Stereo.
Come on now. Seattle has some pieces,
I
baby.
mean,
But again, like you said,
the
people
guy,
remember-
the guy,
remember
the guy,
Jesus.
Simones,
Niggas remember Jesus, and that's it, more or less.
and those were the Buccaneers years. But the better, like they traded Ray Allen.
All those guys you mentioned are remembered for stints that aren't on
Yeah,
Seattle.
look, they traded Ray Allen for the glove, but Milwaukee got swindled.
Yeah, the glove just wanted out of Seattle.
No, but look, that when
He wanted no
because
part of
that was a mid-season trade.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Also,
When
the team was
They was
crumbling.
looking alright.
Boy, the glove and Sam Cassell.
Yeah, that was a nice little
Boy,
two-guard lineup.
with Tim Thompson and old Rodney Rogers.
Yeah, he's looking
I like,
alright.
and my man, like we said earlier, Irvin Johnson.
Yeah, Irvin. Yeah.
I
The original. I mean, the Irvin Johnson 2.0. But
that like my freshman year. Well, our freshman year of high school, boy, that was the emergence of the new J.O., aka one of Snake's favorites, Jermaine O'Neal.
yes, sir.
And I'm saying that was the first year of J. Kidd being on the Nets. And I'm saying that was one of the weirder years on the Lakers. I mean, the emergence of what I don't know what 2K they had them on, but now that C-Web Kings team that should have made the finals, but got screwed over.
Dad,
You know what I'm saying?
they should have been in, because that was the 02 Kings, right?
01-02, yeah.
Yeah.
The Robert Horry shot.
Yeah, so that was probably 2K, you said 01, so that's probably like 2K2 or 2K3.
Word?
Yeah. Because if they was on that in 02, then they would, the next
Nah, but
year-
alright, see, but they was on that because they were I'm talking about like the throwback rosters.
Oh, what, okay.
Cause yeah, of course they gonna be on that.
Well,
'cause they-
in 2K, that Kings team is the 02-03.
that's the whack.
Yeah, with Bobby Jackson.
Nah, Bobby was on. He was on
Or
that.
Bobby
first
was
team.
later. Our first team.
He was on
like-
that first team.
Yeah, they got Bobby, because Gerald Wallace is a rookie on that team.
Was he a rookie?
Yeah, he's a rookie.
02-03?
He's a rookie in that. If that's his rookie, because I ain't gonna front. They update shit like for teams like the 01 Lakers, they got everybody on that team.
Alright, quiet as kept, son. Quiet as kept. I'm mad that Cleon Clark wasn't as nice as he was on the Raptors, but that's a totally different podcast.
But I mean,
That sounds like some long simmered resentment right there.
I like that Kings team, and again, I was rooting for them to beat that punk ass Lakers team. So.
Well, we know what happened there. So.
Also blame P-Man.
Oh, here we go. I don't
matter
know.
of fact,
Hold on. Wait.
Keon Clark was on that. Okay.
Now he was.
So, I don't think I've ever asked you this on the channel. How do you feel about the great Lakers Kings conspiracy in 2002?
We ain't got nothing
Game
we
7.
ain't got nothing to do
There's
with
the
it.
foul.
We ain't got nothing to do with what the Zebras was doing on their end. We ain't got nothing to do with that. We still have to go out there and win the game. I'm
You're
saying
okay with Kobe
That
shooting all the
series
free
was supposed to be
throws?
over way earlier than that.
Ain't
Son.
got nothing to do with what that man Tim Donahue
It
and
was
his
supposed to be
boys was out
Kings
there
in
doing.
4. It was supposed to be Kings in 5, son.
That man, what it was supposed to be and what happened is two different things now, is it? Isn't it now? All right, gentlemen.
That's true.
Once again, fuck David Stern.
I
Do
mean,
you think the Kings should have played the Bucks instead of Lakers Pacers in the finals?
No.
nah, that was the
First of all,
year.
that wasn't that
That was
serious.
the
It
year. I'm
would've
about to say
been-
that wasn't the year.
It would have been
But that was
Kings
where-
and
but
it would have
that's
been
where the-
Kings and Nets.
But that's
say
where the
Kings and
conspiracy
Nets.
started. Like,
No. You talking about 2000?
I am talking about 2000.
That was Lakers in Portland.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
All right, so it should have been Portland.
So
and,
it was Bucks versus
and
these
what-
niggas.
and even if it was, who the fuck wants to watch that finals? Nobody
that's
wants to see
why-
Portland in the
Well,
end.
that's why they
Old
fucking
Scottie Pippen. Old Scottie Pippen.
I mean, boy, you mean Rashid? Sheed against, I don't even know who the power forward
You
for
mean-
Indiana was then.
The man, it was
Bonzi?
the Davis brothers.
No,
wasn't
that
it?
was before Bonzi.
Oh.
Bonzi was still in Portland then.
It was, if this was Indiana, who was it a chip that year? Smith?
2000.
Was Rick Smith still their center?
Yeah.
He was the center, but
Then it was one of the Davises. It was either Dale or
Antonio.
it wasn't Antonio
It
because he was
wasn't
on the
Antonio.
Raptors.
They got rid of him that year.
It had to be
So
Dale.
It had to be Dale.
Old Dell.
And,
No.
And old Austin Crocier.
I'm about to say, I
and
think it was
Christian
Austin
Laettner.
Crocier.
And
Young
Austin.
Crocier.
Yeah,
Young
Austin
Crocier.
Crocier and Christian Laettner. But
Was late on there?
hanging on. So that's why the squad lost, because they was just old niggas at this point.
I know they had
But he wasn't
they
on
had
the
Sam
Hawks?
Perkins. They had Sam Perkins there. I know that much.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, old Perk.
old Perkins.
Mark Jackson, Reggie Miller.
Wait, Perk? Hey, what?
Because that was after Seattle.
Yeah. Hell yeah, he was mad
Oh,
fat.
yeah.
up by them.
Cause that 2000 Seattle team was whack, son. It was just Von Baker in the gloves. Son. I remember that, son.
Yes.
That was a rough team. Son.
It's a bad team.
Well, you answered the question pretty thoroughly. I mean, we're pretty much coming up on the end, fellas. Is there anything that I can't think of that you want to talk to right here? At what has been
listen,
posted?
you- I
want to talk to the pretty bitch in the back now.
She's listening, but what do you want to say to her right now? Here, 2 hours and plus in, so right now.
Lakers in 6.
Against who?
Against who?
Jeez.
Lakers in 6.
You're a very confident man.
Oh, yeah, okay, fair enough. But listen, boy, like you try to pose him with a question, we will pose you with a question of.
Oh, it's them against me now.
I mean, that's the only way that shit goes. Son.
Niggas coming after the snake. You see how it is?
Okay.
See how it is?
Well, it's a lot of wolves and animals. out here. But I mean, boy, your Pacers, son.
You asked me such a depressing.
Wait. Yeah,
It's not a depressing question, but
There's a few people in the Pacers. I wonder how you feel about like keeping them, trading them.
but again, that's why I asked that question, because they have a team that
If I'm keeping it 1,000,
they won't win the chip, but
They look like they're ready to
they
sell.
can do
good.
some things.
they're good. The only issue is that like you guys have been saying at other points about other football organizations and other organizations in general. The problem with the Indiana Pacers, and what has been the problem with the Indiana Pacers in the last 15 years, like the Chicago Bulls.
Outside of Donnie Walsh.
Well, he's wrapped up in that.
No, he's the VP, but he's the guy.
But if your boss tells you to make certain moves, what moves are you gonna make? I don't want to let him off the hook. All I'm saying is that you work for these niggas. If they tell you to make certain moves, what are you gonna do?
Okay. Outside of the ABA, Donnie Walsh is the reason that the Pacers have
Relevance? Any level of
on
relevance?
like in like 2 or 3 like.
Shout out to TJ Ford.
Oh,
You want to talk about obscurity? Like that's an obscure.
that was my sophomore year in high school, but thank you for making me feel old.
You're an old ass nigga.
Nah, boy, just call me Light Vino, son.
Exactly.
But
That's Zinfandel, right? That's white wine, right?
Zinfandel.
That's Zinfandel.
But yeah, it's a little bit of that bubbly. But for whatever reason, son, the poison of the Pacers will always be in my blood because I'm a Knicks fan, son. So
Yeah, y'all just trying to turn me over the fire right now.
not
y'all
even
setting
that,
me
boy.
up.
Look, I mean, look, I'm still over the fire, son. What have we done really? Outside of make the boot.
Y'all have a team that is actually cohesive. Our team is not.
After how long?
The best player on our team should be traded away. Actually, the two best players on our team should be traded away.
I was gonna ask you about.
Like, and they should keep Malcolm Brogdon, but they trying to deal him, which is fucking stupid.
Yeah, I did. I just read a story about that.
Whenever y'all want to get rid of him, we'll take the young Sabonis. Whenever y'all ready.
Yeah, I seen his stat line for last year.
If they're so desperate. If they're so desperate to really
man gets busy, so
I'm gonna answer y'all questions. If they're so desperate to blow it up, then they should just fucking blow it up and be brave about it. Get rid of everybody
That's cool.
just shut the fuck up.
Cool.
Because it doesn't matter what you do now.
Right.
You put your eggs in the basket of guys like Darren Collison and Victor Oladipo, who again guys I fuck with. But at the same time, like, you gambled the future and all this money away for nothing.
You could blame Donnie Walsh for that too.
No, I blame fucking ownership always, all day.
Yeah.
Donnie Walsh knows what he's doing.
You blame George Hill and Lance.
You damn fucking right I do. Why the fuck am I paying Lance so much fucking money?
And Solomon
You're
Hill.
over here making this rant that I should have made 4 years ago, that I did make 4 years ago. Fuck Lance Stevenson. I don't have time for this shit. These niggas fucked up so hard in so many ways. Like, it is so frustrating. Not just for Indiana, like Houston guys. Like Houston is another team of mine, and I've seen them fucking bungle it so hard in the last few years.
And I was about to bring that up too, son. We bringing up both of your teams.
Y'all talk about frustration.
But, I mean,
we're bringing up both
hold
of
on.
your teams.
Since we talk about your team in Houston, that's what I was trying to get to earlier.
Wait.
Here's the question for you, because this I've seen this.
I don't make that deal.
You don't make it.
Already. I don't make that.
You don't want it. You don't want to take it.
No.
You don't want to take it.
No, you know why?
Even if there's a resurgence.
You know why?
What's that?
Even if there's a resurgence.
I fuck with Ben Simmons. It's funny to see how quick niggas have buried this
man.
man.
Fuck Ben Simmons.
Like,
if you have a resurgence of John Wall.
No, they trying to send John Wall.
I know that.
No, I'm listening to his question. If there's a resurgence of John Wall, then it behooves me because
he's the better player.
He's the better player because guess what? That man is gonna be 13, 14, and fucking 9 rebounds.
And he's not scared to go to the line.
Are you serious?
Or shoot.
With dudes like Christian Wood and guys who could score, like
a young Houston squad.
I'm about to say because they said.
And hold on, like, if Houston makes that deal, which again, guys, you would be. I know y'all don't. If y'all listen to the podcast, listen to me. Y'all would be retarded to make this deal for John Wall because all you have to do is just eat the expiring contract. And then you're in the clear. You could blow it up anyway.
Oh no, he's mad at no. He wants to go. They made it a mutual.
I understand that. All I'm telling you is that what's one more year, especially against a player who does not want to go to Houston. And let's say they make that deal.
He's a dickhead.
Let's say they make that deal because again, Ben Simmons for Houston is fantastic.
But
honestly, no, I'm making your point right here. Ben Houston is great for the Rockets because he is exactly what they need, which is a playmaker with a brain who plays defense. That team has no idea where he is right now.
I'm
looking at it.
And he doesn't have to shoot on that team because you have fucking 6 different fucking shooters on that team. So it doesn't matter.
But I'm looking at
he can do what he finally does, which is fucking playmake and
just
penetrate.
Playmake and deep. Like, he's
the
bigger version of Rondo.
They don't have any player like him who can do what
big,
he does. So that's my answer to the question. If Houston makes the deal, they win. Sixers should not make that deal for John Wall because of dead fucking
the
contract.
Landscape.
And you gotta fucking pay for part of that contract.
The landscape for both of your teams, bro. The landscape for both of your teams
is bleak.
No, I'm not. Who are you more optimistic for?
The Sixers, for sure. Absolutely.
That's not one of your teams.
It doesn't matter.
I'm talking about you. No,
you asked me what team I'm.
I asked you your 2 teams. Your team.
The Pacers, because they could put a team on the floor.
As opposed to Houston.
Yeah, the team is garbage right now.
Even though Houston is the more talented.
The team is garbage right now.
But they're the more talented.
But none of those niggas stay on the fucking floor.
So
the best player on the team is Christian Wood. That's fucking bullshit.
I'm about to say, who else did Houston got?
Christian Wood.
And Eric Gordon. That's all you got.
He left.
Oh, he left. So Christian Wood. That's it. Because Daniel Jones ain't on the team anymore. So
Because I'm taking
He's
some.
not?
he's not a trader.
No,
What about House?
They're gone.
No.
Everybody who had value is
they
gone.
blowing that shit up.
They're blowing it up.
That's why they said after they get rid
That's
of
why I
John
keep
Wall,
bringing-
they fully invested in Kevin Porter Jr. and the other nigga they
That's
just
why I
drafted.
keep bringing up Christian Wood, because Christian Wood is the only
That's their
homegrown
future.
level of talent they have. that
But
can
he's
score.
not even on it. Like I just mentioned, he's not even on their plan of emphasis on.
So,
who they
yeah,
which
play
is
right
which is
now.
incredible because he's the best player on the team right now. But like,
So that means he's kind of if you came with the right package, you might be able to swindle boy for them.
which is why if they get Ben Simmons, Houston wins in that deal because they have a guy that they can build upon. He doesn't need to shoot. Who gives a shit? Defense has been your problem in Houston for fucking 7 years. So
forever.
that's what you do.
They had one season where they were doing it right.
But the
Curses
Sixers lose out unless they swindle Houston for whatever fucking picks they have.
It's the curse
No,
of the
that's
stash.
that's what the deal is for playing. It's planned to be Ben Simmons.
I know.
and
John Wall-
multiple draft
John
picks.
Wall is not the point. And the point is the 4 draft picks. But even that is not a good deal for them. They need the Sixers are contenders still, right now. Niggas want to shit on them, but now that they have solved the problem, which is Ben Simmons, you have a guy who's an MVP candidate as long as he can stay on the floor. All you need to do is put shooting around him, and that's not a hard thing
Which
to
is
do.
why I
So-
think with them draft picks, if they get that for the pick, they don't
That-
care
that-
about John
but
Wall
that's in
either.
the next
They
2
care about
years.
moving those picks off. No,
I
I don't
understand.
think they're going to do nothing with those picks.
But-
they might package those picks and go after CJ McCollum or somebody like that.
Who else is gonna come to Philly when
'Cause Portland-
Who else is gonna come to Philly when it is proven that the GM situation there and the structure of that place is proven not to develop players and not to produce winners?
And
Why would I
Marvin-
fucking go there? And that's from a team
Because
that
when
is
you get
actually.
traded
Hold
there, you
on.
ain't got no say so.
But who else is gonna trade with them? You need 3-team deals now to make this deal. Realistically.
That and a lot of motherfuckers don't
Like-
fuck with Docs.
No, they
Exactly.
don't. But once again, when you get traded there, and unless you got no trade clause, you going.
What
you gotta
other
do what you
team
gotta
is
do.
going to trade with another
I
team
mean,
to make the
shout
Ben
out
Simmons
to
deal happen?
CP.
No, I'm saying if you trade,
The only reason
no,
I
no.
asked that question is I'm saying the only reason I asked that question is to make this deal feasible. You need a third team for the draft.
But what
picks
I'm
to make
saying
sense.
is, I don't think it's maybe immediately planned. Maybe you do trade Ben for John Wall. You sit on John Wall for a little bit with them picks, and then package them picks.
Why
up
do
at a
I do
later
that
time.
at the Sixers with a 24-year-old who said literally, "I'm not going to play a single fucking game"?
That's
for
why
you.
you get rid of him and get John Wall and
To
the picks
where?
back. Houston. Take
Why
John
would
Wall.
I
Siberia.
take that deal?
What Siberia?
Because you have to get rid of him anyway.
John Wall is injury prone as fuck, and I gotta pay him
You
30
don't
mil.
care about John Wall. You taking.
I'd
him
rather
picks.
pay the partial Ben Simmons contract and get fucking niggas off the waiver
you
wire.
think about Jim Miller, nigga.
I'm dead. Ben Simmons ain't playing with y'all. If anything, you probably get a little more bread because they plan on finding him. Should he still be in uniform and they don't trade him?
Now,
by
yo,
then?
boy, John Wall on Philly would be nice.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
If he stays on the court.
but you don't care about him. That's an
I
extra.
do.
That's an extra add-on.
I do.
You think about them 4 picks. and
I
what
do.
you gonna
I'm
with
trying to
those.
win now. Right now.
You're not.
They
if you
said
feel
that.
it, you're
They,
not. They're lying. They're lying.
They have said that. Me?
I know. They're
No,
lying.
me, I prepare for the future.
Yeah.
They have said I'm trying to win now, and they are a contender.
You can't
so
be in
why
Philly
would I
and
make
not say
this
that.
deal?
You can't be in
I'm
Philly
just
and not-
making the devil's advocate argument. Why am I making that deal if I'm trying to win right now? That's what I'm saying.
Because you're being smart.
Oh, you're
Like
making
you
the
said,
you're making the snake advocate.
I'm just going with what they tell me.
No, I
No,
get it.
boy.
4 draft picks, I take that all day. 2 of those picks are protected, by the way. So
And I mean,
I'm taking that. I'm super taking that, especially against a team for a dude that isn't trying to.
and
play
they
for
keep
me.
trying to send this nigga off in packages too. They keep trying to throw him in
And
packages.
they don't have any other deals that are better. The only other better deal is to trade for Malcolm Brogdon straight up, which me personally, I'll take Malcolm Brogdon 1-on-1.
They keep trying to package this
Like,
nigga off with the Ben Simmons trade. Matisse Thybulle, they want to get rid of him too for whatever reason. Because I think some
No, they
defense is
don't.
right.
Other teams want him because Matisse
that's-
Thybulle is like the 3rd best defensive player on the team. That's what it is.
Shit.
They need to sweeten the deal.
Third best, I'll
Like,
put him up
so-
there top 2. Perimeter wise, I mean,
I'm just accounting for Joel and Danny Green and guys like that.
that's what I'm
So,
saying.
like,
Perimeter wise, I think my son might be ascending Danny Green.
he's young. That's
That's what I'm saying.
It's about market value. So
Shout out to Danny Green, son.
they
Long
shouldn't be trying to trade Matisse in the first place, but they have to sweeten the deal for niggas to take Ben Simmons.
Yeah, because you got a lot of money in the Bucks and somebody who may not be down for the cause.
I don't want to go too long here because niggas is really touching 3 hours, which is amazing. I think this is our longest episode, actually. Shout
Nah,
out to niggas.
we've had long ones. But
Shout out to niggas who listen this long. But to really kind of head towards the end here, in the group chat, for context, for everybody else who's listening right now, we made various trade packages for Ben Simmons.
Yes, sir.
Why not take the Portland one, which is the best one, or the 3-team? I can't even talk about 3-team deals anymore because there isn't a third team that is willing to even jump in this deal right now. So why not take the Portland deal? You still get rid of the players you want to get rid of, and you get offense back. I know they're not gonna get rid of CJ, but I mean,
but that Warriors deal is still out there, son.
I was about to say, I don't think it's a perfect fit in New Orleans.
But they haven't taken it.
Therefore,
why would you take it? And I'm not saying I disagree because Wiggins on the Warriors would be great. Or excuse me, on the Sixers would be great.
It depends on Dame. It depends on Dame.
It's not about Dame. It's about...
If he doesn't want to be traded, he's not going to be traded.
He doesn't want to be traded or else it would have happened. This is about CJ and other players on Portland right now.
If Dame says, boy, I don't want CJ to leave.
But he hasn't said that. As far as I know, so that's not the point.
I don't think Dame wants to play with this nigga anyway.
No, what it comes down to is who's gonna take Yusuf Nurkic and Dame or CJ, whatever it breaks out to. It's not gonna be Dame ever because they extended this nigga not 2 years ago. So no one's gonna take that money. At least with John Wall, his contract is done soon. So like. You're not getting hurt that bad.
Don't you got an option on it? Maybe pull a mellow, opt in, and make niggas forced to trade you and that money. Don't you got an option?
But you still need a third team to make that deal viable. Yeah. And there's no third team that has publicly said that we're trying to. Again, for example, the Minnesota Timberwolves are a great team for this.
Or the Timberwolves.
The Timberwolves. Shout out to the Timberwolves. But there are teams that can be the third team on this deal that makes this deal viable.
Because that's what I'm saying.
But they're not doing it. So I'm going with what is actually going to happen. Realistically, it's going to be 1 for 1 or 2 for 1 for Ben Simmons.
Because the Sixers and Ben Simmons and John Wall contracts are about 11 mil off. I think John Wall is 44. Ben Simmons is like 31,
It's not 33. That far off. One-on-one.
So you know what I mean. You could just throw if you got to match numbers, throw Ben Simmons and somebody else who's getting like 5-6 mil.
Do you know offhand anyone who go into luxury tax like that?
Anyone who would be willing to go into luxury tax?
And can like
the San Francisco Warriors.
Not willing, but can.
Warriors.
You know, the Warriors who can do it.
The Warriors.
Because I don't. I'm asking seriously.
Honestly, I mean, the Warriors, and I'm not just throwing that out there, but the New York Knickerbockers.
Who've proven throughout the history of things, they're always down.
All right, so
I don't want that, but
without going into the trade machine, and again, we're gonna go with Magic Wand rules here. What is your ideal deal for Ben Simmons?
Magic John Wall
from the Knicks?
No, anywhere. How do you get him off the Sixers to make the deal somewhat equitable for the Sixers to get value? They're not going to get value. We were already there now.
Take that John Wall trade and get them 4 draft picks.
Or even that Buddy Hill.
And expiring
the
contract.
Buddy Hill situation with the Kings.
Do something more interesting. Because those are the deals on the table right now. What is?
You know what?
Let's go into fantasy.
John Wall shit.
Let's go into fantasy. No, let's go into. No, I'm saying those are realistic deals.
Nah, like honestly, the John Wall shit is.
Really? That's the deal you take?
Them picks and that expiring contract.
You don't have any options.
You got a disgruntled superstar who made
but they aren't like options. They're deals, but they aren't. Like,
that's why I put the Magic Wand provision, because if we do realistically, you know what the deals are. I'm trying to make shit spicy.
If I'm just trading him for
if you making shit spicy, clearly it's Ben Simmons for Dame.
All right, what else?
Dame to the Sixers and him to the fucking.
Straight up, 1-on-1.
Yeah, all day.
Who else?
I'm sending Ben the Mini. Let him be happy with his boy D-Lo. And
for who though?
Carl Tom.
For who?
Then that's tough because, like he said, I know
honestly,
for a fact Minnesota's a team that you'll need a third
if I'm
party.
doing that, then I'm sending Ben there for D-Lo. I'm sending D-Lo to Phillies. Man.
Nah, they want to play together. That's
I know
why
that,
you can't
but
separate them.
This is the Magic Wand scenario.
I don't give a fuck what they want, son.
What do you want?
Ain't about what they want.
What do you want
What's
to
the
do?
purpose? That I'm going to trade you for your man. Now you're going to come here disgruntled and like that.
That's an honest answer. So what do you want?
Oh shit!
And
Look,
what do you want?
if we getting spicy, I'm sending Ben to Chicago for Zach, son.
Here we go. That's controversy. Why?
Cause Zach fills in them holes.
What makes Ben a better answer for Chicago?
He will be there.
Especially after all the deals they've made in the last month and a half or so.
Ben will be their best defender as soon as you send him to Chicago. He'll be their best fucking distributor. He'll be their best fucking facilitator on a team that doesn't really know what the fuck they're doing anyway.
Scrams.
Zach would be a much better fit for fucking Embiid because Zach actually kind of wants to play point guard but scores and he can shoot.
I be 100. I don't think Ben Simmons ever going to get a chip. I don't think it's in him to get a chip till he matures. So I'm gonna send him to a team like OKC and try to swindle some of them picks they got that they sitting on over there.
For who? For Alexander.
Nah, I ain't looking to get nobody serviceable with them picks back. But if you gotta take some bodies back in return,
I mean, them picks are kind of bullshit, but
nah, they got so many picks. Their
they
own.
don't know that. I know, but
their own picks are gonna be son because they ain't.
Yeah, there's so many picks where it's.
That's what I'm saying. Like pick your pick of the litter, but preferably at least a few their own draft picks. That's tied to them, so they losing the ass record to give me some.
I'm not making a deal with OKC unless I get Shea.
Nah, cause they ain't giving him up. They just invested the Supermax.
But again, we're talking about.
Everybody has their price.
But we're talking about Magic.
And if anything, to be honest, for playing wise, I kind of want them to pair up together. I want to see what Ben Simmons does, taking the ball pressure off of Shea, and let Shea get more. So I kind of want to see that.
Who's their center?
Oh shit!
Al Horford.
No, they traded him. They traded both their centers.
So wait, who the fuck is their center then?
I don't even know no more. That's a good question. Right. They traded Al Horford. They traded Moses Brown. They traded their big men. I don't even know who's on the roster. That's why it's kind of tough to be like.
You want to know the deal I take, guys? Magic Wand. I trade Ben Simmons for C.J. McCollum straight up, or C.J. McCollum and Nurkic for Ben Simmons and Matisse. 2-on-2. I might give him.
Portland ain't taking that. Son.
I'm going Magic Wand.
Derek
shit.
Favors.
You know, I'm going Magic Wand shit. Derek Fraser.
I'll fuck with Derek Fraser.
Hicks, anything like that. Like again, I'm going with shit that is not gonna happen.
So this whole lineup is very disgusting.
Because let's be real, guys. Ben Simmons realistically may not be traded until the trade deadline, which is months from now. So
I think he's gonna get traded before.
No,
like that's one of those right before the season.
I realistically think he will be much like they did with James Harden. I think that they will trade him. I'm just saying that they could really hold out honestly on this motherfucker because other teams are refusing to make these deals that they are refusing to make. So again, going back to the Magic Wand shit, if we're really dealing and I could just choose, I'm getting CJ. All day long, so like CJ and Yusuf Nurkic because even if because guess what? Even if Yusuf Nurkic is injured, I have nothing but a plethora of front court players.
You got now because you got Joel, Andre Drummond, then
Tobias Harris. You have players
So
Yusuf is extra credit. The point is to get CJ on the team because he fills exactly the hole that you're missing.
Or you finesse the
he
finesse.
Does. Out of all the players that you could really get, it's him. Andrew Wiggins is kind of second place because he not only fits into the defensive scheme, but he can shoot better now because he's learned how to shoot in the Warriors. And he is a penetrator, which is what they need.
Yeah, and it seems like the Warriors, they feel like they that's their better version of this nigga Harrison Barnes. But Wiggins, listen, if we talking about finessing the finesse, I send Ben Simmons to Orlando for Markelle Fultz.
Yo, I was just thinking that. I'm sending that nigga right back for Markelle Fultz because let's be real.
Baby, let's do it. Let's do it.
Markelle Fultz
opens the door for Cole.
Are you guys fucking serious?
Yes, sir.
Markelle,
yes, the fuck,
I'm
sir.
I'm gonna say that's the plot twist. I just was thinking that. Yo, Because Markel
Yes,
Fultz's
we
job
will
is in
do
jeopardy right now.
Yes,
Yo,
we
Cole
will.
Anthony lit shit up in
Yes, we
Markel's
will.
absence.
Yes, we will.
So, you know what I mean? That
You
point
niggas
guard.
have lost your fucking mind.
Nah, boy, it's the plot twist.
Oh
Bringing
my
you away
God.
back,
And you've
son.
got two Ben Simmons drunk, sir.
No, I'm taking
Yeah.
Malcolm Brogdon. Fuck that.
Nah, nigga, you're too Malcolm Brogdon drunk, nigga.
Nah, boy, it's
Folks
Markel
with
back,
Embiid.
son.
Oh boy.
Folks
But,
with Embiid is the original
All we
combination
needed was
that should
him
have
to unlock.
been.
I think his mind is where it need to be now.
Storyline wise, that would be so amazing.
I'm not looking at the
Like-
story. I'm looking at the logistics.
Oh my god! Like
I'm looking at the logistics.
Me too.
It would
They
be,
work way better than this nigga.
It would be,
And look, Ben Simmons is way better in Orlando.
Playmaking. Because you got Cole
His
Anthony.
skill set, and you know why? Orlando is known for having niggas like him and fucking him over, son.
You niggas are fucking.
You got him and
He
Jonathan
can play
Isaac.
center out there.
Him and Jonathan Isaac on the wings, right?
Jonathan
Right.
Isaac needs to stay on the court before you can depend on him.
Yeah,
but that's fine.
but that-
I
yeah,
get why. I
yeah.
get the logic.
Yeah.
You know. Like,
Nah, you're right though.
Not even logic, boy. The soap opera. I'm a lot.
That's
Man,
it's
Cole
incredible.
Anthony swagging them
It's
threes.
No, it's not
Incredible.
incredible, nigga. It's just incredible.
Oh my god, you guys are insane.
Yeah, yo, it's crazy you said that. My mom was just thinking that you trade been back for Markel, son.
Let's do it, baby.
That's
and
incredible.
watch how that shit works. Okay, watch how it works.
I
If
think it'd be
niggas
very
really
lucrative.
make it to the end of this episode, this is incredulous. Like y'all have said some shit this episode, but this right here,
I think that's
Listen.
a very lucrative move.
Anything less will be uncivilized.
oh my god, son. Fine, I'll take it.
I mean,
that's
fuck it.
incredible.
We can end it right here. Just let it be known.
No,
Ben
that's
Simmons
it.
for Markel.
That one on one, straight
And
up.
you know what?
But
I guess that's the fourth fucking light-skin prophecy.
What's up?
Exactly.
I'll buy you dinner. I don't know. I owe you something if that shit happens. Like I don't know
You
what
don't owe
else
me
to
shit
say.
as all you owe is just nigga. You were right. And as soon as
I'll give
that
you-
cast
yeah,
begins,
you were right. You were right. You got me.
not just nigga.
I'll name the cast. You know, Markel Fultz at the end of the world. Whatever. Like,
No.
The process. Whatever. I got.
Process 2.0
Oh,
at the end of the
Jesus.
world.
Y'all niggas are madmen.
At the same time, we talking about shit as post fucking pandemics.
Yo, let's book it. I mean, if
It's
Markel,
already been booked. So.
Oh my Jesus! All
We'll
right.
call that the Snake Pit Grand Slam.
So book it here, listeners. If you are generous enough to have listened to us for almost 3 fucking hours,
We appreciate you.
thank you.
I mean, it's been entertaining. So yeah, y'all can front,
I
but
hope-
it's been entertaining.
I hope whatever workout or laundry or masturbation or whatever the fuck you were doing.
High level
like,
sex.
Thank you.
High level sex.
I'm glad that I could provide the sound that we could provide. Excuse me.
We
The
need
soundtrack.
some acrobatic shit. Like if you fucking right now, we need like all types of fucking.
If you're fucking
sharpshooters.
right now, what I need for y'all to do is finish strong.
We
Like
need all types of 450s.
those vinegar strokes better be hard and fast. is all I'm
Especially
saying.
those money shots. We need
So-
those money shots.
Exactly. I need y'all to really like.
As a
come
matter of
harder.
fact,
But
we may open up a channel where y'all send us the best money shots.
oh word, that'd be the Susio channel.
But later on.
Shit. That. I'm floored. Honestly, yeah,
You know
but
what I'm saying? So with that, I mean, that's
with that,
it's
this
a
has been-
toast.
this has been the Triple P, my lovely fans. Thank you.
3 of those P's.
Thank you for coming.
3 of
Thank you
those
for
D's.
listening. Shout out to Scrams.
I'm
who-
saying some
I waited a long time for this. I wanted this.
some D's and some A's. Listen
Yeah,
to AM radio with Matt Mustard and Ray Coupon.
Exactly. This the only way this could have been any better is if
Mad bacon, egg, and cheeses.
if Mike Francesca was sitting here smoking L's with us right now.
Sausage,
Like,
egg, and cheeses.
with sausage, egg, and cheeses in the
And
hand.
you know what I mean, the old sausage.
Morcilla for the Spanish. Morcilla. A little some morcilla.
Stay tuned for the vegans eating.
Lord, this has been an episode.
As it should be.
Scrams. Tell them who you are. Tell them where they can find you. Tell them why they should pay attention to you.
Shit. You already know it's your boy Bobby Scrams from the slums of the Ville, and you should pay attention because I fucking said so. There's nothing more need to be said. There it is.
I like that. The blunt confidence right there. It's time for the light-skinned ending right there. Tell them who you are. Tell them what you're about.
There's no light-skinned ending.
Sir. Let them know.
You know what I'm saying, I'm not Christopher Williams' son, but still son. I mean, I know what it is. Bandit _ light number 7. I mean, we shuffling up all types of fucking mouth-watering shit that honestly y'all will have dreams and nightmares about.
Oh man, everybody came with a lot of bravado on this podcast, I see.
Anything less would be a bunch of fucking musty armpits. Musty armpits, uncut areas and all types of fuckery.
And lastly, me. Oh, it's me.
It's me, the liquidity.
It's me, the liquidity. I'm out
the
here.
the most slithery one.
I'm out here. You might
the
catch
one that's
me.
Part of the house of the Slitheries.
The Slytherins. You
The
might,
Slytherins.
you might catch me in the Slytherin green robes on the corner of 222nd and White Plains Road. Know what I'm saying?
No. You'll catch him. No. You really will catch him on the corner of fucking DeKalb and Knickerbocker at the pizza spot.
Nigga, you gonna get me doxxed, my niggas.
Not doxxed. There's too many niggas that are at that pizza spot.
Yeah, you might catch me in that pizza shop, son. If you know what it is, come say hi to a nigga. Maybe buy a nigga a pepperoni slice. Know what I'm saying? Otherwise, you'll catch me at Shining Brizard or Blizzard, however you niggas pronounce it by now. I don't even know how to pronounce it anymore.
It's the Briz.
But it's in the fucking description. I love y'all. Thank you for listening to us run our mouths for 3 hours plus, almost.
Stay tuned for the meet and greet. I don't know where we'll have that, but
I feel like the face reveal should probably come before the meet and greet, no?
I mean, that's one and the same.
Well,
The meet and greet be some sort of cookout.
We gotta get the camera first, know what I'm saying? Like,
We'll make sure that Sir Scramsies is available for that. You know what I'm saying? With his bald excellence. And I mean, we'll make sure that we hit y'all with that villainous shit, that the Legion that we trying to perfect.
Exactly. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, motherfuckers. We love you all. Thank you so much for spending some of the time, all of the time.
So like _Bandit
gentlemen,
7, I mean.
Ladies, gentlemen, and non-binary royalty, we love you all for anything you give to us.
And we still looking for the perfect plex dances, much like the Nitro Girls.
And that's good. That's good. We needed to end on that. We need y'all. Shout out to y'all. Peace.